Yeah.
Surprised
Well,
you
everyone,
wearing.
we are live, and you're probably wondering what the fuck is Neil the 604 Atheist doing on this off night? And I said, you know what? I just watched Eric have a decent discussion with a guy who wasn't too much of a prick about laws of logic and stuff like that. And I thought I'm going to throw a little after party for him because,
what is this? Is this
and
me?
he's even wearing the Superman T-shirt too, which is like, what do you mean? Is that you? Of course it's you. We can see you. You're real, unlike this supposed God they're talking about all the time.
Since when is he real?
Yeah.
When the fuck did that happen?
Unless her brain's in a jar.
You know what? It's not often that you get a non screaming conversation with the precept.
True.
It's just it doesn't happen very often. And I reached out to what's his last name? Braxton Hunter? Braxton
Sounds familiar.
let me see. Essentially, let me see. Go into my messages. Yeah, Braxton Hunter, who's an apologist, and I had a really good conversation with him. And I said, "Hey, do you have any recommendations?" And he said, "Yeah, I know a couple people who I feel are good faith apologists, and Ayala was among them." And so, yeah, I reached out to him, and even talking to him on the phone, I was like, "Hey, I want to show that we can have a conversation without being dicks." And he actually sent me a message right after the stream, and it says, "Hey, dude, once again, I really enjoyed our conversation. Do you think you could send me the video so I could pop it up on my page too? Thanks a lot and appreciate it." Just decent. I mean, he was
At least
wrong
he was nice about it.
But what made me laugh is that there was one point in the stream that he was talking. I just looked at him and went, "No," and he thought that was the funniest thing. So
I was half expecting that to be the blow up moment when you went no, and I was like, oh, here we go.
it could have been. It could have been. That's fair. I'm glad it wasn't.
The both of you had gotten a little snippy too at some points. I think when he was talking about how he said it in the nicest way, kind of, oh no, God is real. You just haven't realized it yet. And I was like,
I get that too.
And I'm sitting here thinking, Murphy's got the patience of a fucking saint, because I would have been like, are you what? That would have been the end of it for me.
I legitimately
I love when they
took
do
a breath and I said, I want to put hang a lantern on this. If I get pissed, people aren't going to realize why I'm getting pissed. I want to focus, wait till he finishes, and really point this out. That baked into this apologetic is not only am I right and unfalsifiably correct, right? You cannot ever show me that I'm wrong. But I also think that you believe what I believe. You're just not being honest about it. Like it blows my mind. It hurts.
Like turn it around on him almost.
Just making him own it, and he owned it. And I appreciate that. But he, I got to give it to him. He didn't back down from it. And I think it's a testament to his character that he didn't, that he was uncomfortable. Flat Earth creator gods do not exist except as dried ink on a
page. I love that part.
Flat Earth creator gods.
Are we going to get into aliens in the moon next?
Oh, please.
No, the hollow moon, you mean?
No moon.
Because it rang like a bell. The weird thing? I remember reading about that years back when Art Bell was still alive on the air, right?
Yeah, I'm showing my age.
I called in
remember
your show
Art
one
Bell.
time.
Really?
Yeah,
we're showing our age now, Neil.
So,
right?
Should I share the image?
You want to share that again?
I can. Give me just a second.
Oh, dude. I said I want to borrow those books, and I promise I won't color in them. I don't know if you saw that comment.
I did. So for those of you who
that picture was beautiful. I LOL'd.
I need to apologize to Murphy for that, because I actually started the "no, that's not true" with the moon. And then he just kept going with it. And he got so much shit for it. Like, nobody was like, no, Jen is wrong. I need to apologize. I'm sorry.
I was so fucking smug about it. That's the thing.
I am
I was
so sorry.
so smug about it. And so when, yes, it turns out.
It's one thing to be wrong. It's another to be confidently wrong.
Yes.
Hey, Wolf.
I mean, he owned the shit. He was like, fuck it. If I'm wrong, I'm going to own it, which I've got her.
Well, and I owned it as soon as I realized I fucked up. I was like, holy shit, I fucked up. But Matt went and
system.
Matt went and ran down to the Half Price bookstore just so that he could pick up some educational materials for me.
It's beautiful.
Oh,
Because like when he was like, it's like I have to show you the educational material. It's like, is it for 5-year-olds? And Jen just like.
My 8-year-old corrected us. My 8-year-old, when I got home, he goes, Mom, I watched you on YouTube. And I was like, so what did you think? And he goes, you were wrong about the moon. And then pulls out a worksheet from school about the moon. And I'm like,
yep.
Mm-hmm. So, the funny thing is right on the show within a few minutes, I said, hey, I fucked up. Owned it. I went on social media and posted that picture on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram. Said, hey, I fucked up. On the video, I pinned my comment saying, hey,
mooned your audience as much as you could.
And then when it came out as an individual clip, I pinned a thing saying, hey, I fucked up. I realized I fucked up. And still the comments are moon.
Yeah, you forgot that Jen's awesome. Moon.
Yeah, Jen's awesome.
Yeah.
And I felt terrible because I'm like, I was the first one to go, no. So I then started this conversation, and poor fucking Murphy they just went at him, and I'm like,
so we all know who to blame.
I'm usually the one to blame when Murphy gets in the shit.
It's all your fault.
It's always my fault.
Oh shit! Thanks, Math Pig. £2, dude. That's like $1,000 in Canadian money.
I always forget you're in Canada.
Yeah.
And then I remember why I envy you so terribly.
He's so incredibly nice. So yes, obviously he's from Canada.
Yeah,
like Neil is like the walking spirit of biker Canada.
Yes.
Actually, now it's biker pirate Viking for some reason because I got that. Oh, that's
I was expecting the biker look to come out of Calgary for some reason.
Are you a paviker?
Okay.
My sister I think got me this for Christmas.
Biker pirate Viking.
It's this like faux wolf fur blanket that I can throw over and put a helmet on and look like a Viking. So that's how I adopted them.
Why are you not doing every episode like that?
I should, right? That's what somebody else said too. You should totally do that.
You just do it in costume.
It's either that or I could wear my what do you call it? Rorschach from the Watchmen mask, or
no, we're not covering up that face. No.
Well, you can't, but it changes shape when you breathe.
No, but I mean, you're a good-looking guy. No, I
appreciate that.
No, you're not. You're not.
I'm gonna cry now.
Mm-mm. Nope. Okay, so
Eric's hitting on Neil.
I'm just gonna get my ball, like, capture all my tears in.
I will continue to hit on Neil, and really I'm buttering him up because I feel shamed. Something happened last week that I feel like I need to make a confession to Neil. So Neil, I became a prime candidate for donating blood.
Did you?
A prime candidate.
And the reason being?
The reason being, so I long story short, I'm on HRT. I'm on hormone replacement because my body don't produce everything it's supposed to. But that also comes with getting tested very regularly to make sure everything's cool, right?
Right.
So
I'll start that GoFundMe after this.
So here's the thing. On my blood tests, perfect across the board except for extremely high red cell count and hemoglobin. I had too much blood. That is literally what I just had too much blood. I needed to donate.
One of the guys I work with, Joe, has the same problem. His iron content is too high. So he has to donate as well. So he became a member of my Partners for Life team too.
So I went in and I got nauseous, and they didn't take. So I went in the next day and I got a little further, but I was so afraid my heart was palpitating and they wouldn't take me because my heart rate was so high. I went in like 4 or 5 days in a row trying to donate blood. And I finally got to the point where I'm sitting there in the chair. Okay. Wrap the thing around my arm. Okay. I hear somebody in the chair over. And this phlebotomist goes, oops. What? And he's like, I hear them explain to this person next to me that they punctured through and now they're developing this massive nasty bruise.
Oh yeah,
and,
it happens.
And the universe started to black out for me, and I mean,
no, I feel you because that's happening now for me thinking about it.
Did you leave or did you pass out in the chair, or did you go through with donating at that point, or no?
I didn't. So what I wound up having to do is I wound up having to go in and get it done through my doctor's office. And I don't know if they're going to use the blood, but it breaks my heart. And all I could think of is Neil standing there by the side of the freeway with the Native American tear.
Oh yeah, like from the commercial.
And I'm just like,
wow.
I have failed, Neil.
No,
I have failed, Neil.
You went in and you gave it your all. You donated though, right? You were able to.
I hopefully it'll get used. I don't know.
I think you can give blood donations at doctor's offices. I'm fairly certain you can.
So,
they just have to mark it.
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
they don't do that here in Canada. You have to go through Canadian Blood Services, or you can go through the university. If you're not allowed to donate to actually help someone, you can go into the university here and donate for research purposes, where they use your blood to tackle diseases and stuff.
Awesome. You have universal health care. We don't want to hear you bitch and complain about shit that you have to do up there.
It doesn't sound like he's complaining. It sounds like he's bragging.
Bragging, yeah, maybe a little. You know me too well.
It's something good to brag about. What you do is awesome, man.
No, it's awesome. I wish I could.
I still have the hole right here.
Okie dokie. Things getting dark for everybody else.
It's a little tiny hole. It's all right. You know, it's funny. I fell asleep with
tiny one.
I fell asleep with the Band-Aid on last night because I took off the wrap that they give you and I put the little I gave blood Band-Aid on there. I fell asleep and in the morning I noticed it was off. I'm like, oh shit, where'd it go? Oh, it's probably in my bed. I get to work and I go into the bathroom and it's stuck in my hair. It was hanging in my hair.
This story turned out much better than I thought it was going to.
Now I can think of needles.
I had a needle stuck in me recently, but it was for something else. I had this is going to be fun. Now that everybody's telling stories about needles going into them, I've got I had an ingrown toenail. Oh, so the process of doing that is they shove a bunch of needles in you for like anesthesia or whatever the fuck it is. So I can't feel my toe. Anyway, then taking scissors and shoving it underneath my toenail, and then taking pliers and ripping out. Exactly right. So it's a good description for you.
Sympathy pain. Sympathy pain.
Yeah, exactly. But it was like I was sitting there, like I didn't feel anything until the very end when suddenly I just felt like, not all of it, but a lot of it. And she was like, "Do we need to put it?" And it was like, "Nope, you're 90%. Just do it. Just rip it." And it was uncomfortable for the rest of the day, but
so I literally got a message from somebody saying, "Please let me know when things get less graphic."
Yeah, I'm like gripping the sides of the chair right now, and I'm like, "Please don't pass out on air. Please don't pass out on air."
Oh my gosh, it dropped by more than a couple. Okay,
we're scaring people, guys.
Let's move on. Guys. Let's talk about something.
Please, because I'm like gripping the chair, like, please don't pass out. Please don't pass out.
Okay. Changing the subject, I'm letting people know it is safe to come back.
Say, I have like this. Oh my god, I have like the sweats now thinking about this.
Oh, poor Jen.
It was great fun. It's great fun.
Okay, so in other,
but news, I feel fine now.
You want to borrow my fan, Jen?
Because that's totally how this works.
I had to grab this cup for Eric's discussion tonight.
Yeah,
if he would actually pay attention.
Ooh, nice. Nice.
Because that's exactly what we all thought watching that with that guy.
So Jen and I we just booked Jen for my show.
Yep.
Nice.
The person with the most boring deconversion story ever.
I've heard that a million times from people, and I'm able to turn it into something fun every time.
We'll just bond over family trauma. That's
Eric. When I've rewatched yours and my conversation probably a dozen times.
Yeah.
Every single fucking time, it brings me to tears. Every time. Every time.
Love you too, man. Even though I was talking to you on my laptop with no other speakers, going in and out, getting eaten alive by mosquitoes and kicked out of rooms and stuff, and I gave you the worst quality video and audio humanly possible. On top of that, I was super late because I was not very nice to you, Neil. I still feel terrible about that.
Don't even worry about it.
It was
Murphy. That was the one you did like from the ACA, right? Like
yeah,
you were like at the ACA. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I still tell people if they want to know my story, go to your channel because
I've heard you guys mention that a couple of times on the show.
Mm-hmm.
And every time, because I'm always listening. Usually I'm always listening. I'm either in the chat, busy in the chat listening, or I have you guys on in the background because I'm up to something here or whatever. And I heard that and I'm like, "Aw, thanks, buddy."
Yeah,
kind of thing, right?
Absolutely.
Now
So,
I have a question.
Sure, but just a warning.
Uh-huh.
This gin and tonic is I told Ocean this is 90% gin.
Going up.
It's going up.
He is
110%
regenerating.
Yeah. So it's kicking in. What's up, man?
The pun. What's up?
I'm going to be down. I'm planning to be down for Faithless Forum again, as you know. But I'm going to be there for 2 weeks this time. And what I'm planning to do is come down on like
That's what I wound up doing.
I'm so jealous.
Like a Wednesday, so that I can be there for the first weekend and then stay for the week. And Jamie's already told me he'd put me up at his place. And then for the second weekend. And I'm kind of hoping maybe on one of those weekends, you guys might allow me to sit in.
Yeah, absolutely.
That would be kind of cool.
No, do it the first weekend so that I can be the loud audience member for you.
So
I'm only staying the one, so.
Here's damn it, can we get you to come in more too? Like, can we make it 3 weeks or like so here's the thing. There's a significant amount of Faithless Forum that's going to be staying for a week at my place.
Okay.
Like to the point that I have people on the floor. I have the floor behind this camera already staked out.
Well, it's all right. Like, Jamie already told me I get his garage again. So
that's awesome. So for those people who come from Faithless Forum and are leaving soon after, we're going to try and rotate people through on Talk Heathen
perfect
that weekend. And then the next weekend, those people who stayed for a week, we're going to tell them, hey, we can't, we're going to prioritize those people the first week who have to leave right away. And then the next week, we're going to bring everybody through. And I'd be happy to bring you in. I want to have you on for an entire episode. I don't want to have you on partially for an episode. And so we got to figure something out, man.
That means Neil just
I'll
has
bring
to
you
visit
on
more often.
Yes.
I
will bring you on Talk Heathen. Absolutely. But I want you on for more than part of an episode. So we're going to have to bring you back again. Maybe we can do a fundraiser.
That would be fantastic.
There it is.
ACA.
Do it.
I love fundraisers. So
maybe plan for it like around my birthday in October.
Yes.
When in October is your birthday, Neil?
I'm on the 20th.
My kid's birthday is October 1st. So, and I'll be down there. Wow. So we may do something big for this.
Cool. Oh yeah, you're moving down there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man,
I'll be there about
a heartbeat. I would.
I'll be there permanently about 2 weeks after Faithless Forum, which is why I'm not staying too long this time. Because these motherfuckers won't be able to get rid of me after that.
So. Yeah, but who would want to get rid of you? You're awesome. Everyone in the chat was saying that, remember? Ask
this guy what it's like being around me for 4 days solid.
So here's the thing.
Good time to change the subject.
No.
How about that debate? Huh?
Right. So Jen is awesome, and the person that you are seeing is legitimately her, which is why after 4 days you're exhausted. Like
not me.
you've got to be like, hey, have you gotten time to hang out with? Because I need to sleep. Jen, I adore you.
No, I
you are
love
just
you. But
so
there's
high
a
energy.
there's a reason
You're
that
are you like always on, like just like
always
like the fucking Energizer Bunny.
But there's a reason that after I leave Austin, him and I don't talk to each other for like 3 days. Like, I'm like, we love each other, but because Murphy's like walking Xanax. It's ridiculous. Like he's walking Xanax, and then you have.
I'm not the only walking Xanax on this show. Got Neil right here beside me. So,
but it's even like being around him. Like, I'm like, you're way too mellow for me. I need. And he's like, no, Jen, calm down. And I'm like, no, Murphy, fuck off. Bye.
Eric's too mellow for you.
It depends on what you get. It depends on what you get.
It's like he's ready to go. You know what I mean? I'm sitting there like, all right, well, I guess I'm along for the ride.
Yeah. Look at this. Well, to be fair, you came and hung out at a time when I was like super fucking excited because everybody was there.
Right. That's true. You were like, boom.
I was excited to meet you. I mean,
yeah.
You're a genuine dude.
I was excited to meet you as well.
We made a connection.
Yeah.
You better be there, Sam.
Oh my God, you guys are so adorable. Holy shit, this is the most adorable thing.
That bromance,
there's a little bit of a bromance.
A little bit.
A little
bit.
Little tad.
You're gonna break my heart, Ocean.
I'm massively understating it. We cuddle constantly.
You know it's a good connection when we take turns being the big spoon.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah,
and it's not even, we don't even communicate about it. We just roll over instinctively around the same time. Yeah.
I suddenly feel the need to get on Tinder after how I feel about myself right now. I love this.
Yeah.
Oh, my friend Bible Belt Atheist wants to jump in so he can make a vaping trio.
So I'm an atheist and I vape, which means I can't go vegan. And I can't get
no. I was gonna say, if you ever fucking do CrossFit, I'm gonna smother you in your sleep.
Well, here's the thing: you don't have to. If I do any more incredibly annoying things, I'm just gonna collapse into this like neutron star of
hipster.
I mean, yeah,
collapse into a neutron star of hipster.
I mean, you've got the cowboy boots, you've got the hair, you've got the vape. You're an atheist.
Okay, where did the cowboy boots? Hold on. What's wrong with the cowboy boots?
How much time do we have?
Cowboy boots aren't a hipster thing, though. Maybe
they're not.
Oh, they fucking.
That's the problem.
No boots. Those are biker boots, though, not cowboy boots. Cowboy boots have that weird pattern on the fucking side.
Do you want me to get my
wear
cowboy
boots?
You want me to get my cowboy boots? I'll get my cowboy boots.
He's so fucking proud of these goddamn cowboy boots. Let him get the fucking cowboy boots.
Hold on.
Why are we here? What? Yeah, no, I've seen your boots.
Chris,
yeah.
I told you, I sent you a link. Chris, aka Daily Atheist, I sent you a link. You should be jumping in here. These are people that I want to introduce you to. So,
wait, who are we talking to?
Oh, my friend Chris, who runs a show called The Daily Atheist, and it's really good.
Why are you not in here?
And I wanted to introduce you guys to him. So.
Gasp.
Thank you, Megan. Fucking cowboy boots. I had to wear heeled boots because I was like, I'll be goddamn if he's the only one fucking clicking through this goddamn studio this fucking week.
Come on, Eric.
Because all you hear is click, 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 click.
You gotta have the neck
ACA.
Complete the look.
The omnipotent beard.
Yes.
I have the omnipotent beard. Yes, it's been used in arguments before.
Beard, though it's like perfectly full.
Okay.
I do the funny little weird disconnected thing.
Yeah, you got the biker
you make
design
that work.
thing going.
Like I've seen the guys do like the lines, and then it's like it looks like Morse code that goes up the side of their face.
Yeah, I've seen that too. I don't get that.
Yeah, these are the boots that he is unbelievable.
I like them.
Oh yeah,
yeah, with the print on the side and everything like that. Yeah, that's
wear
a cowboy
them every day.
That's not a hipster thing, though. That's a I'm from Texas and I want everybody to know about it thing.
He's not even from Texas. He's from California.
That's the prime element of it.
Okay, hold on.
I want everyone to know.
But
I want everyone to know I'm from Texas. That's a
hold on.
lie, but it doesn't
Hold on.
matter. I want everybody to know I'm from Texas.
I'm from
not.
Texas.
To be fair, I'm not in Texas.
You're not.
I'm in Austin.
Are we doing this?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Are
That's
we
true.
doing this?
You're in the fairy bubble that is Austin.
Okay,
Even the
no, you're in
Canadian
the
knows.
fairy bubble, but you still live under
Canadian.
Texas law.
Now I'm
Therefore,
the
you are in
Canadian.
Texas.
No. Austin doesn't operate under Texas law. It's seceded from the rest of Texas in 1847.
The funny thing is we didn't have to. The rest of Texas pushed us out.
It was the smell.
Yeah,
Fog, the river
it smelled
down
like
now.
patchouli. It was what it was. If they could stick us on an ice floe and just like chip us off and push us out, they would.
Well, that's what they did with the gerrymandering, to be honest with you.
It's like that Bugs Bunny meme where you see him sawing off the country.
Yeah.
That was their thought process. It's like, well, let's.
Awesome.
Hey, Daily Atheist, how's it going, Chris?
Hi, Chris.
Doing good. How you doing? Nice to meet you, Eric.
Nice to
Jen.
meet you.
Ocean,
Nice
it's
to
been
meet
a
you.
while.
What's up?
Yeah, you doing all right?
Doing good, man. How about yourself?
Doing
That
good.
accent is incredible, Chris. Just keep talking, please.
Oh, okay. Yeah. My nephew's a pagan.
Is he?
Yeah, so I wanted to
Cool.
introduce you to him. He's pretty cool.
Sweet.
Nice to meet all of you guys. Thank you, Neil. Neil's going to join me tomorrow morning for my little show. So we're going to see how
I
that goes.
am indeed. And then we've got
Awesome,
Zach,
man.
of course, my good friend.
The Bible
I will
Belt.
Hi.
Who
Oh,
will be
wait.
at the
We've got the
Forum this
trio
year.
now.
Yeah, you got the vaping
Yep.
trio.
But who mutes their mic before they vape?
Well,
You don't have
not
to.
all of us have to take like lung death fucking bong rips from our vape, Murphy.
And the dragon
You know,
exhale.
and he does that shit too. If any of you have ever met Murphy,
One
if
of
you
the-
sit down in front of him, he takes his vape, does this like
This is
ridiculous fucking dazed and confused rip
He
from
starts-
it, and then blows it right at you, and it's like
No,
you
that's-
can't even see him.
He starts it, and then a
That's what
title
happens.
card shows up on the circuit on the screen that says 3 hours later. And then he blows it out.
So to be fair, Jen, that only happens on day 3 of you visiting.
And that's why I fart in your counters, Murphy.
That explains the pink eye. I got
There
it.
is a
Like
small
her.
war happening in this room.
There is.
No, the war has bled over.
Escalated quickly.
Yeah, that's okay.
I will BRB.
Still love you, Jen.
I love you. I'm gonna beat you at everything you do, but I still love you.
It is on. Shots fired.
Okay. Well, here's the thing: is I'm just going to keep pushing that because
Okay.
for those of you who don't know, Godless Bitches 3.0
He's like my best hype man. I love
Right.
that shit.
is
I
here.
love that shit.
GB3 is out, and it is with Jen Aldrich, V La Bianca, my co-host on Talk Heathen, and Jenna Belk, who is one of the co-hosts of the Atheist Experience. If you haven't checked out their first episode, check out Godless Bitches 3.0.
It's on
Jen?
YouTube. It's on the podcast. We finally got the fucking podcast up and working.
Jen, I hear that y'all fucked up an article on your first episode.
Are you doing this to get the moon heat off of you?
Yes.
Ah!
I'm owning that entirely. Yes.
Is that why you're doing this to get the moon heat off of you? So it's
Mhm.
no longer just your fault.
Yep. So tell me
Okay,
about
asshole.
tell me
Okay,
about the
asshole.
Godless Bitches. What happened on Godless? Did you? It was an Onion article,
We'll
wasn't
own it. We'll own it. An article had been brought up about the satanic tenets being posted at a school, and the kids voted for it. We didn't realize it was satire because it had been reposted constantly. So we're like, shit's got to be real. I mean, it's Massachusetts. Who the fuck would think that this wouldn't happen in Massachusetts? We fucked up. It was satire. We will be correcting that on the next episode.
See, that's not. Yeah.
I don't
just
know. You
subscribe.
didn't do this for any kind of ownership, Murphy. You did this to get the fucking heat off of your ass with the goddamn
Absolutely.
moon.
Absolutely. I am owning that entirely.
Motherfucker. You fucking wait the next time I'm down there. What you have waiting for you in that studio?
See, do you see this? Do you see this?
Busy
This is-
mooting
this is
people.
proof. This is proof. This is what's. Do we all see this,
Ponchos.
right?
Ponchos, Murphy. Ponchos.
We have video evidence. It's okay.
The backstory behind the ponchos is Murphy does a Twitch stream every Thursday and every Saturday, and he was playing Star Wars. And all he was getting was these fucking ponchos, and Murphy fucking hates ponchos.
So okay, hold on.
I'm gonna get a
Hold on.
poncho
Hold
and I'm
on.
gonna wear it when
No,
next time see
I
Murphy.
don't hate ponchos. Here's the deal. Okay. EA sucks. We all agree EA sucks,
I
correct?
create a negative pressure environment, which means
Yeah, okay, at least they're evil. Yeah, no, mostly evil.
Depends on who you ask.
Okay. Do you remember the whole loot crate thing? They came out with a Star Wars game, and it was they got a lot of shit for loot crates.
Yes.
So
Grind to win.
Which Star Wars game?
Battlefront 2.
Yes.
Oh yeah. I love that game.
So Fallen Order came out, and they just decided to do the exact opposite. And they're like, okay, fuck it. If you guys are going to get pissed at us about loot crates, we're just going to give you the most benign shit possible out of every single box that you come across. And so the entire game, I played the whole thing on my Twitch stream. There's only 2 things that you can get, and it is ponchos and lightsaber parts, and that's it.
Yeah.
No, there's other stuff that you can get because I've beaten the game myself.
Okay.
There you can
little
get
skins for your BD3 and a little skin for your
the ship, but those are the only.
But all he was getting
Those are
was
the only
poncho.
4 things you can get.
Yeah, and so I was literally hoping for anything but a poncho, and they ate it up.
So what we're doing is, if anyone needs the address to the Free Thought Library, I will give it to you.
And I'll
We're
be happy
gonna
to
mass
throw away your ponchos.
We're gonna mass mail ponchos, and the next time I'm down there, I'm gonna line the back wall of the studio with just ponchos for talking.
Nope. For my show, nope, not gonna happen.
It's not your studio.
It's my show. No.
What? You're not gonna wear a poncho?
No.
We're gonna line
You're like you're a
He
real
refused
cool
to
ass
wear them,
Canadian.
so I'm gonna hang them on the walls behind him in all different in just different colors, and he'll just sit there with this wonderful wall of ponchos that spell out "Talk Heathen" in just ponchos.
If you want to buy something that I will throw away for you, you are welcome to send a poncho. To
You
me.
think
Yeah.
no, you are not throwing that away. They will just appear.
Nope. Nope.
It'll be like a Hydra. You throw away 1 and 3 more appear.
Nope. I'm just noping right out of that.
Yeah, nope.
So I do want to share something.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all were talking earlier about.
Is it more education materials?
No. So one of the things that so Ocean, you mentioned wearing cowboy boots but not being from Texas, right?
Right.
So the very first time I came to Austin, I was visiting family. It was a year before I ever moved out here. And I'm out, we're checking out the mall, and I thought, you know what, I need to fit in with the locals. And so I went and got some gear to help me fit in with the locals. Here, Neil, I'll show you. I walked around. I really enjoyed it. My family and literally everyone else who knew me avoided me like the plague. Look at that horrible.
My favorite
mustache,
part
by the
about
way.
that picture is the mustache.
Yeah.
Did you get a lot of hatters?
So I honestly, now that I've lived in Austin for a couple years, people would love that. Just
I'm going to say that's about the most Austin hat you could probably wear.
Right.
I don't
Isn't
even
it?
want to take this off the screen.
Permanent background.
that mustache, though. My goodness. All right, stopping sharing that.
No, keep it there. We like that. Keep it there.
Let your
You do
hat
that all
fuel
by
the
yourself,
force.
right?
Here.
Hey, Eric, I got you a serious question.
What's up, man?
Jedi or Sith?
Ooh, Jedi.
I know that reference now.
Uh-oh.
Here you go, Neil.
Uh-oh.
What's going on
Are
here?
there gifts?
I don't know what's going on, but there's something happening.
I don't know either.
Something's being unwrapped.
Mind you, I
Jedi or
run
Sith?
a.
Is that a fucking poncho? Because
Oh,
I'm gonna
yep.
die if it is.
Level belt atheist. I
Yeah.
trusted you.
To the poncho.
Should
I
I
trusted
remove him
you.
from the stream?
How could you? How could you do me like that, man?
He's gonna wear it for you now. Too. Well, other than ponchos, you know what I used to hate? I don't know if you guys remember K-Ways. Do you remember K-Ways?
Yes.
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 What was the K-Way?
It was a little fold-up jacket you could put, and you could wear it around your waist, like those little waist bags you used to be able to buy with the zippers on them. But this was actually it was about yay big, and you could wear it around your waist. Oh my god! And then you could unzip it, and it would be like a windbreak. Oh, here we go. I got a blanket.
Are they trying to put you out of the stream now?
What's going on, guys?
Just really
Actually, I changed my mind.
uncomfortable
He's got a
now.
poncho too.
I'm not gonna line the studio with ponchos. I'm just gonna have screenshots of the Bible Belt atheists just tiled all across the back, the back screen. It's just that screenshot, just tiled across the back screen.
I can't breathe. I can't fucking breathe right now.
You're welcome.
I'm actually way more comfortable now.
Is that a poncho?
I love these wraps and shit that are going on. Like, I saw Neil got the Viking blanket on.
Yeah, I had that.
I
on
got
for a bit.
excited
It's too
for
hot
that.
though.
You're in Vancouver. How's it hot right now?
Well, they were saying it was supposed to
Global
drop
warming.
minus fucking 16, but it's like 4 degrees out there right now.
It's
The
hot at
blizzard.
4 degrees. It's hot. It's fucking hot. At
It's
4
just a
degrees.
little above freezing. It's fucking ridiculously hot out there. Jesus Christ.
That's why you see all the Canadians walking around in
It's negative
t-shirts right
9. This fucking global warming.
now. They were calling for snow. I went outside earlier and I'm looking up and I'm like, oh, there's a cloud. And then there's a cloud. I don't think it's going to snow tonight.
Yeah, Neil just got done sunbathing, you guys. Just don't even start.
Well, yeah, sure. This is my Canadian tan. Look how white I am.
Exactly. He's been sitting on the roof shirtless, just like getting himself ready to go.
You see, the way we tan in Canada is the sun bounces off the snow and it hits us. So then we get all tan.
Exactly.
Oh.
That's why yes, the bottom of his chin is tan.
It's super tan.
It's not nothing else is getting there.
Like his neck.
Yeah. I got a neck tan.
Wait, Murphy
My elbow.
has the face on. What's going on over there?
Uh-oh.
He just saw pictures of everywhere else that Neil is tanned.
You're not having a
Yeah,
stroke.
that's what I was gonna say. This must be some really good.
That's
Neil,
shit you can't unsee.
Neil, you're gonna see a thing, and I'm gonna ask you not to share it.
Oh,
That is not fair. You shouldn't even mention it and control your face with that.
Shit is hitting the fan.
if I hit that, it's going to automatically come on screen.
Oh, you can't see it.
I can see it.
Hit it, Neil.
It's
Hit it.
It was
Neil
bad.
hit it. Neil hit it.
I know.
It was
I
a
don't think he
time
can.
I was
Probably can't.
young. I was
No
young
power
and
under it.
Hey,
fat
Mikey.
and thought mustaches were a good idea.
You really
Oh, no.
should share it, Neil.
So,
Oh, it's one of those pictures.
Neil,
Of the,
you
I-
will share the picture.
I didn't know
Neil.
what glow up means
Your Jedi
Until
mind tricks don't work.
I showed this picture to somebody and they're just like,
I have to try it.
"Oh,
Don't
You
ever
had
show
to
that
come
to
in.
anybody.
isn't it bad?"
is it your license
bad?
picture?
I don't think so. I personally, I don't think so.
I've got shit on my shirt. Like I just look bad. Okay,
I
Neil.
was gonna say, is it
Should
your
we share
license
it and
picture?
let everyone else decide?
No good.
Because we
So-
are our own worst critics, Eric. You know.
Okay, I will tell you. This will haunt me. I want you to know what you're about to share will haunt me.
Nobody's watching. It's okay.
It's gonna haunt all of us, I suspect.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
It's okay. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Holy shit, Murphy! That's gonna fucking haunt me. What the fuck?
I told you.
Oh dear.
All right.
There was a
Okay.
time.
This had to
There
be
was a
in
time.
California. That had to be like in California, right?
Oh yeah,
man.
no, I had to
Please.
I had to dig into old pictures so I could pull up.
That's gonna fucking
that
haunt me.
stash was
Holy
a
shit.
rite of passage.
Told you. Sharing is caring.
Murphy did glow up though. I'll give you that. You do look 10 times better now than you did that. Absolutely. It's that mustache. It's the mustache.
Duke
Yeah,
Bonanza
no
wants to know why you're wearing a rain slicker. It's a poncho, and he threw it on because Eric hates ponchos.
So basically,
it frustrated me.
I had this one, and then I've got a red one. So I asked Eric, Jedi or Sith, and so he just went Jedi.
That's why I put the blue one on.
And Ocean looks like he's trying to pose for one of those, like a Starbucks commercial, a hippie that's all sad.
But it's the lighting
This
and the
is- this is
filters
my-
with Ocean that's amazing.
This is
And,
my
like,
normal
the angle,
outfit.
like the angle and the lighting and the filters are incredible. For
If only there were a tier, right?
He is Pinterest ready. Yeah,
That's like complete Pinterest ready.
like
Right.
the only thing we
Ready
need is
to
like
go.
fairy lights around him.
Oh, they're
I've got,
there.
like a little lighting setup where I can like.
Why
pick the
did you
fucking
do
In the
color.
that?
background.
Fairy lights?
In the background, there's going to be like a
You had to
picture
go
of-
full.
of like the Eiffel Tower, you know. And
No,
Live,
there
Laugh,
has to be a live, laugh,
Love.
love poster.
We gotta have
behind
Boca behind me and everything like that, like some little stuff going on. Yeah,
You gotta have a
Chatty.
breakfast at Tiffany's, like print on the wall.
Usually everything I have is
No,
like within arm's reach. People will attest to on my streams.
now my background's there's gonna be more stuff back there. I just moved here, so there's the set is ongoing.
I was going to say it looks different.
It looks pretty good.
It is. I'm at a different spot now, but yep.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Yeah, Neil, can you notice anything that's missing out of here?
I don't see your guitar behind you, and you're not playing a video game.
You're not playing a video game.
Well, that's kind of obvious, but
Well, you asked.
no,
There's no bookshelves behind
the-
you.
the guitar's in the other room. So
Oh, well then.
So are you guys, Zach, are you still going to cover Failing Gracefully, my song?
it's on the computer. I just haven't actually uploaded it because I'm a lazy ass bastard.
Well, I knew that, but are you still going to cover my song?
No,
He's doing a cover
I've
of
already
one of my tunes, which I'm like, oh, I'm like,
I
one's
already
ever done
covered
that.
it. I already covered it, but then I accidentally put it up on my atheist channel. So I took it off, and I'm gonna have to re-upload it to my personal channel where all my other covers are.
All right.
So
Chris,
Eric, go ahead, Neil. I'm sorry.
I just want to ask Chris a quick question, and then I have sort of an announcement for people that may not know already. Chris, what time are you doing your show tomorrow?
Well, I usually started at 5:30 in the morning, and I just have a screen up, and we do chat, coffee and then 6 o'clock in the morning, 6 to whenever we get tired.
Okay, then I will set my alarm because I'll jump in with you.
Awesome sauce.
And also tomorrow as well.
Is that Eastern?
Mountain, actually.
Mountain time. So for me, it's actually 5 in the morning for me.
Yeah.
So.
5 in the morning. Yeah.
But I get up at 4 in the morning every day to go to work, so it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
And I took tomorrow off because tomorrow afternoon at 1 p.m. Pacific time, I will be having Andrew Seidel on the show for a deconversion story.
That is awesome.
Nice, man.
Awesome.
That is
Very good.
awesome.
And we're going to talk a little bit about. He said that he peed in Fidel Castro's pool. This was one of those tell something that sounds fake but actually happened. And so he posted that, and I said, okay, I have to know the backstory on that. So we're going to tap into that one and see about the backstory.
How could
on
you
that
not ask for the backstory on that one? Like,
Oh, Eric. Eric says everything froze on him. Now we can see him.
yeah, we can see
Eric,
him.
we're
Oh, so
combining
that's
it.
that was where the confused puppy look came up. Okay, that
Yeah.
Eric has
We can't hear
more
him.
technical difficulties than I do, and I'm pagan. I'm plagued with technical
Should be
difficulties.
better for you, dude. You have like more gods to pray to.
No,
to get
but except none of them represent technology, so I'm constantly attacked by gremlins. So
oh, he's the
it's-
American gods guy.
it's a fucking
What's his
thing.
name?
yeah, I don't know.
Oh.
But anyway, I'm constantly just like under. It's like my first live stream was a disaster, absolute disaster. Apologia and Shannon Q showed up, and Surus and everything. Like I had a bunch of people on, but then it like it was a blue screen on my with a little corner of my face. Like it was like this was the real estate of my face, and then all of this was blue, and I was like, "Where audio's fine." Visual sucks. Let's just have a party. I don't know what's going on. And we had like really good conversations, but the technology element of it just was a train wreck.
There you go.
And it's consistently an issue.
Mr.
Technology
Pluto
is
the
always
dog.
failing for me.
Sorry, Ocean. Mr. Pluto the dog. The link to the debate is in the description below.
Let's talk about the debate a little bit. I want to.
Oh, there you are. Can you hear and see us?
Yes, I can hear
Okay.
and see you now. Everything fucking stopped.
We saw your whole gauntlet of emotion when it did, by the way.
Yeah,
You were like,
exactly. Like you were coming in fine.
the confused
So-
puppy. Yeah,
So it's a good
that
thing I
look.
didn't like start picking my nose or something. Okay.
I think GMT
Good to know.
it would be 9 your time, 9 in the evening.
Hold on, I'm
So-
at a computer.
So can you catch me up on the whole debate thing? I kind of come in late, and I'm not sure what's going on. So and it'd be excellent
Everything you
opportunity.
heard is everything he said when you weren't there.
Eric talked about Eric talked to a presuppositionalist. His name is Eli, I believe. Is that right, Eric?
Yep.
Eli Ayala.
Ayala.
Yeah.
Okay.
He he's very much a presuppositionalist. He's honest about it, but he's very much a presuppositionalist. And it's one of those presuppositionalists that you talk to him and it's like, oh, you actually do agree with all of this. Some of them you can tell they're using it as a strategy, but with him it's like, oh no, okay, you actually agree with this stuff. But it was an interesting conversation. There were a couple of trails that Eric had down with him that I think worked really well. There's a couple of them that I think he could have done better, but yes.
All caught
We
up.
can talk about those things. So
I said all caught up.
sweet.
Eric, how did you feel it went?
Well, I'm reading the comments right now, and
Overall,
do
it went
you-
really well.
Okay,
For him.
I understand.
Under it says, as mentioned, I get the feeling Eli's victory over Eric tonight is a foreshadowing of Inspiring Philosophy's victory over Matt Dillahunty coming up.
First, there's two problems with that. One,
no,
Eli
there's
did
way
not
more
do-
than fucking two, but yeah, two
I
apparent
will
ones.
I will
okay.
sum them up into two.
Okay.
One, Eric did not lose that conversation. It was not a thing. Second, Inspiring Philosophy hates presuppositionalism. So there's the idea that like Eli doing anything is a foreshadowing of what Inspiring Philosophy is going to do is just no.
There's another comment that says Eric needs a t-shirt that says I'm a phony. He comes off as smug and like he's too good for people, and it's the reason I don't
fuck
like
said
listening to him.
Why do you torture
Oh,
yourself with
man.
fucking YouTube comments?
That's
Why
all
do
I
you
do.
this
That's
shit?
all I read. All of
Never
the YouTube comments.
read the
You
comment
like-
section.
Oh
Hold
my
it.
god!
That's not in
So-
my comments right now, is
So
it?
instead of reading trolls that don't
No,
that just hate you.
it's under the debate that I did on my channel, and they're staying up. Go ahead.
So instead of reading shitty troll comments, I will give you some constructive criticism. Because first, I think that you handled him really well when going down presuppositionalism. When going down the Trinity, though, there's a strategy for having conversations on the Trinity. That is, when a Christian brings up the Trinity, the game immediately begins of what heresy are they describing, because no fucking Christian, when they describe the Trinity, actually describes the doctrine of the fucking Trinity, because in, I believe it's the Athanasian Creed, it asserts it's not held by reason, it is held by faith, and that it can, and in that description that follows, it has a contradiction in it, that that there are three co-equal persons, yet they are one God. This thing with being in person, you ask the question that's very important, which is, what's the difference between a being and a person? When he started describing how he sees it, he described partialism perfectly. And you had some good follow-up questions, but what would have helped in those follow-up would be saying, since you're a partialist, and then asking these questions, because it's not he's a non-Trinitarian in the way that he was talking about the Trinity. He's not a Trinitarian.
No, he's not a Trinitarian.
I called that. I said you are not a Trinitarian.
Right,
Okay,
and you
cool.
you said that, but what would have helped is if you had talked about why.
So, but here's the other thing. The kind of tactic that thank you, Pete Green Sam. The tactic that I take is you are correct in steel manning the position, Ocean.
Right.
You are absolutely correct in steel manning the position. But when people even call in to talk heathen, I let them dig their hole and then they can sit in it.
Right.
So he dug it out and he did all of that. And if I would have labeled him, that would immediately, in my opinion, invalidate the thought that I was listening and taking what he was giving, while still at the same time trying to point that out.
He was giving partialism, though. I think that how you could have done it in a way. This is what I usually do.
Please,
in that stage of the conversation is I go, well, okay, what you've described is partialism. Are you a partialist? And if not, what distinguishes you from being a partialist? And then they'll give them another response that usually puts them in a different heresy. So they wind up moving their position around. And now they're a modalist. And it's like, well, that's modalism. Are you a modalist? Oh, no, I'm not a modalist. Okay, what distinguishes you from modalism? Oh, and then they move into fucking Arianism or some shit. And if you keep chasing them around with that, they'll eventually get into appeal to mystery or say that God is beyond the laws of logic, at which point God is illogical.
Yeah.
Right.
And that puts them in kind of a weird. Trinity conversations are always a losing battle for Christians, and a lot of them know it.
He didn't mind appealing to mystery. What blew my mind is he had no idea that the appeal to mystery is a defined fallacy. Like, it is defined in the list of fallacies as fallacious. You cannot appeal to mystery.
Here's how you can make it work. You can if you say I don't know, because I think that appeal to mystery and then following it up with because it's a mystery, it's true, is where a lot of them screw up. If you say, look, it's mysterious, I don't know how it's constructed.
Sure.
Then you're just saying, look, there's something going on there. I don't know exactly what it is. I don't understand it. It's beyond me.
Yeah,
and that's fine.
I mean,
but
the fallacious statement is, I don't know, it's a mystery, therefore it's true. But I get what you're saying.
Right, that's the problem, and a lot of them do that. And like, there's no problem with saying I don't know how this works. There is a problem with saying because I don't know how it works, that's why you should be convinced.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Right.
it's weird, but that they'll put forward that, especially on the Trinity. And I don't know like why they think that that's a winning argument, but some of them do.
Every time someone says mystery, though, all I can think of is Scooby-Doo. So I don't know about you.
I think of Unsolved Mysteries. Remember the guy in Unsolved Mysteries, the creepy guy?
Robert Stack.
Yeah.
Robert Stack. Yeah. He's like,
Yeah.
on this episode, every time I hear, the
On this
unexplained or
episode.
mysteries from Christian apologists, all I think is Robert Stack now. And just like we're starting an episode of Unsolved.
He had a good voice, though.
He did.
He did.
Really
It creeped me out as a kid, though. Like, I used to like run from the TV crying. I used to be like, this guy's fucking creepy. Please
I
don't
could
mind
imagine
the
you as a
cats,
child
Robert.
saying this guy's fucking creepy. Like, just those words
Him-
exactly as a child. He's fucking creepy. like I see
It was
that from
him
you.
and the Incredible Hulk that I used to like run out of the room,
Oh,
like
wow.
hysterical crying every time.
I
he
never
would turn
missed
green.
that show, The Incredible Hulk, or The Bionic Man.
And the
to
odd
be
thing
honest.
was, Lou
$16.
Ferrigno didn't live that far from me growing up, so we'd see
No
him all the
way.
time. I grew up in Queens, like he was always like in Queens somewhere, so I was fine with Lou Ferrigno. But the Hulk, I couldn't fucking deal with. I in no fucking way in hell could deal with the Hulk.
Ocean, I appreciate it, and you're right. I should not let them get away with as much as I let them get away with, and you're right. I'm definitely taking that under advisement. I'll work on that.
I'm going to do you a favor and also plug myself. I'm going to send you on. I'm going to DM you on the Facebooks.
On the book of
A link to my Trinity is Incoherent video that goes through all the heresies
All right.
and
Well,
describes. It's a 10-minute video, goes through all the heresies and points out why the Trinity is just completely fucking incoherent.
I would enjoy that as well.
So would I.
I'm going to link it in the external chat.
Well, and
Excellent.
for anybody else who hasn't seen the debate, youtube.com/Eric D. Murphy. That's youtube.com/Eric D. Murphy. It's where you can see the debate.
Have you
Like
ever
this,
considered? Have you ever considered doing voiceover work for that, Murphy? Like seriously, because you turn that movie phone voice on and it's fucking perfect.
You know, Zod, Prophet of Zod, always wants me to do voices for his shows now. I don't know if any of you saw the ones that I've done already for Into the Zodverse and what was it, the Christian Apologist Jeopardy thing or something that he did, and I got to play Ray Comfort.
Really?
Oh, that's
Yeah,
so
right.
The Banana
cute.
Man.
Yeah.
Wait, who played Ken Ham? No,
No, there was no Ken. Oh, wait, who? No, because Ocean was in that one too. He got to play Peterson.
Yes.
And he was like, I was haunted for weeks after, because all I could hear was Ocean's rendition.
People
of
thought that Peterson was in the
actually
video.
doing it.
Yeah.
Which was crazy.
To be fair, Ocean does a perfect Jordan Peterson. It
Oh,
is.
it's unbelievable. Come on, give us a sample. Give us a sample.
I'm not
Dance, monkey, dance.
I'm not giving any samples of Jordan Peterson today. I'm sorry.
Right, right, Jed. It's freakish.
That is freakish.
It's almost as if Peterson's wearing an Ocean mask.
I have no. Jordan Peterson is actually a suit that I wear on stage sometimes, and I just go out and for some reason people listen to me. I don't know. I just say weird shit. It's like I'm a monotheist, archetypal Jungian.
I now have douche chills. I have douche chills listening to this because that's the response Jordan Peterson gives.
It's just uncanny.
Got your link, man. I'm going to make sure that next time I drive, I've got that audio going on in the background.
Sweet, man.
Sweet.
Dude, it's great.
Got
it
it
was a good episode.
It's probably one
Got
of my
it.
more vicious videos.
Got it. Thank you, Matt.
Cyrus the Skeptic was involved with that one as well. Who the hell did he play?
He played Lee Strobel.
Lo Strobel, right? Nobody knows what he sounds
You
like.
okay
so
over
just
there,
made
Murphy?
something up.
I think Murphy's eyeballs just fell out of his head. You okay over there?
That was pure gin at the bottom of that glass.
Please don't tell us. He was like,
And now you pay.
He is now regenerated.
I think I need more.
yes, you need
Attaboy.
much more at a much stronger rate. I am worse.
100% gin.
You better pour
those of
enough
you
to make
who've
it
been watching.
200, bitch. Shit, you bet.
Okay,
Underproof.
ooh,
Yep.
Ooh.
Can you stand?
be able
Are
to
you
get up
okay
and
right
get any
now?
more?
I'm good. I'm good.
If he stands up and drops. Wait.
Oh, thanks, Purple.
Oh wait, the hair is definitely drunk though. Look at that. Look at that. The hair is drunk.
that's just him slowly going into Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
It's happening.
Matt Pig, I was just saying thanks for dropping all the links.
No, sorry.
I actually, next time I'm down there, I want to straighten his hair and see how he looks. I have been dying to do this for months, and he won't.
He'd probably look gorgeous.
I know this motherfucker, right? Like, let's make Eric look stupid. No, he looks better than fucking any one of us do. So fuck off. It's not fair. I told him that, I'm like, it's not fair. Do you know how hard the rest of us have to like do our hair and fucking makeup and shit? You just roll out of fucking bed like Jon Snow, talking about I know nothing. I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing.
That's
Fuck
all
off,
I do.
Murphy.
I just put this on.
I just put this on.
Yeah. You sure you don't fix your hair there?
Yeah, I don't have any fucking hair to fix, my bro.
That's the road I'm taking.
I'm a fucking
Long.
shaved head under this shit.
The Matt
I'm just
Dillahunty way. The Matt Dillahunty
Kind of
road.
glad you didn't fucking fist me through the window with a big punch in the face or something there to the internet or virtual. You know what I mean.
That styling my hair is basically shaving it off, as far as I'm concerned. I tried growing my hair back out again, and I looked at it and I was like,
It suits
no,
you though.
no,
Like
no,
you
gotta
wouldn't
shave
be
it.
you if you didn't do that.
If you didn't, yeah. It's part of the look now, though.
There's a great picture that I had taken of me and Ocean and Anthony Magnabosco sent together, and that's probably one of the better ones that was taken when I was down.
I'm gonna. You've got it, don't you?
Yeah, of course. Did you want to
put it? You should put it up. I've got a copy of it, but I can give it to you on Twitter if you don't have it on your computer.
I don't think
I've
I
got it
do have it on my
somewhere, too.
computer.
Hold on a second. Let me just Twitter it to you.
Fell into that chair a little hard there, Murphy.
Okay. So I have colored some gin with lime juice, and a splash of tonic.
Mikey, I woke up like this.
The fuck did we turn this shit into Pinterest? Murphy's doing fucking color drinks. Ocean looks like he just opened a Starbucks and shit. Like, what are we doing? Fucking, where's the mason jars? Are you drinking that out of a mason jar, Murphy?
I don't know, but remember to drink Caribou Blonde Ale.
This episode brought to you by Caribou Blonde Ale.
Yeah.
Ale, yeah.
So the Faithless Forum's on the 27th.
This Yeti Pop Top.
Is it?
Is
I
it?
think it is.
Of May
Am I reading it wrong?
or
Of April.
Wait,
It should
wait.
be.
Oh, it's
Wait,
2019.
was this announced?
That's
It's a
no,
lie.
it's-
no? I haven't heard anything announced.
I
Go
lied.
get Thomas.
I'm wrong.
Get it in here.
No, yeah.
Get
When
that
is
holy
it? That's what I'm
Kool-Aid
trying to find out.
bastard
When
in
is it?
here.
I think it may have been the 27th last year.
You see
It
what I
was-
have
no,
on the
it was.
back
It
of my
was. I
phone
found
right
that out.
there?
Yes.
Holy Kool-Aid, people.
What I'm trying to find. What is that? Holy Kool-Aid? Is that what that said?
Yeah, holy Kool-Aid. I showed that to Tom, and he was like, oh.
Is he not the
Peoples are saying.
Is he not the sweetest, doofiest thing you've ever seen? There he is.
Are you kidding me? Nobody else in the universe would put on the
Who's-
pumpkin suit if I was interviewing them, except for Thomas.
I can't hear them.
Who's announcing something about Faithless Forum?
You did.
No, I wasn't
I'm a board
announcing. I
member.
was asking.
Somebody did. Shit.
I didn't give a date
No, you didn't.
Okay.
because Eric's like, is the Faithless Forum announced on the 27th? And I was like, no.
I was trying to find out, and so I popped it up. I looked on the internet and I said, "When is the Faithless Forum for 2020?" and it popped up quickly, said April 27th, and I was like, "Is it April 27th?" And then I noticed it was, and then everybody kind of went off.
It probably said 2019.
Yes,
that
it
was
did.
the date of
I was gonna
last
say
year.
it was it last year's. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's when it was last year.
Okay, I just didn't want a rumor taking off because we have not locked the venue in just yet.
Murphy's drunk.
That's wonderful. Okay, great.
We
I was just
have
trying to find out
once-
when exactly it was. We have a wedding to attend on the 24th here, so I was trying to find out when it was, so I could determine whether I was going to be able to make it. That's all it was.
Yeah, we're trying to lock in the venue before we make any promises. Because
Excellent.
say, hey, it's going to be in this month, and then the venue's like, we don't have that month available.
Can we
then
do
let
it
people
in
down.
May so I don't have to pay for airline tickets 2 weeks later?
We'll see. We have a lot of stuff that we're trying to.
There are
plan around.
balls in the air.
And then I have an extra bedroom for people to stay in if we wait till May.
Gotcha. Well, we'll take that into consideration.
Dibs.
But yeah, as of right now, we're not officially announcing a date, but other than we're shooting for sometime in 2020, and we're looking in Austin this time.
Awesome.
Yes.
Cool. Thank you.
Anyways, take care.
Okay.
All right. Cheers,
Murphy's
Thomas.
drunk. Murphy's drunk.
That's
He's
okay.
drunk.
I sent you the
What?
Neil. I sent you the picture.
Oh, did you? Oh,
Yes.
sweet.
Are you feeling
Yeah.
those drinks, Murphy?
You're drunk.
Of course
I-
he is. Yeah.
He looked up at Thomas like that. I was like, oh, we're in the I love you portion of Murphy's drinking tonight.
The starry eyes.
Yeah.
The moment of just glory.
Wait, how do I share this?
I will warn you.
You should
that
be able to
when I
just.
drink, I do get very sentimental.
He starts falling in love.
With
I'm already
everything
in
about
love.
himself.
This
I'm
is no
already
time for romance.
Y'all are amazing. Bible Belt Atheist, even you. Even you with your blue poncho, you're amazing.
I
Even
can make
you
him,
with
I
your
could probably
blue
make him
poncho.
cry if you guys want me to. I could probably
Nope.
make him cry.
Nope, don't do it. Don't.
-1 for the poncho, though.
Okay. Okay, hang on. Let me pull up the picture and then I can screen share.
Okay.
I love this picture.
It's a great picture.
It's a good picture.
What's going on?
What? It won't open. What the fuck? Okay, hang on. Talk
You can
amongst
do it, Neil.
yourselves.
You can do it.
We believe in you. Hang on.
It's like I generally hate pictures of myself, but I actually like that one.
Ocean.
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
I saw a picture of Iron Ra the other day where he was really young, and
Yeah.
it's amazing.
About to say something.
He was like that and just became what he is. Didn't change a lot.
Oh, he was super. You know what? Really, really young though. He looks like a Viking, like just stacked. I mean, amazing. Ocean.
What were you gonna say? Yes.
I would fundraise to have you read classic literature as Jordan Peterson.
Why would you do that and ruin perfectly fucking good
Oh,
stories?
no.
Why would you do that? Not with Ocean's regular voice, yes. Not Jordan Peterson.
See,
I do have people that want me to read like Viking sagas. Like they as just create audio of them and put them on my
I would
channel.
crowdfund this. I would absolutely crowdfund that. You and Neil reading Viking sagas.
You crowdfund that shit. Okay.
This is a good idea. This is a great
Ocean.
idea.
Ocean,
Yes, sir.
would you please do me a favor and read? It's a very short thing.
Oh, okay. Well, let's look at this. Let's look at what you have here, my good sir.
Fuck, really?
Okay, I'm sending it over to you right now.
It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. That's contradictory, but this is literature, so you have to understand. It was the age of wisdom. It was the age of foolishness. Again, contradictions, but truth. There's truth in these statements here. It was the epoch of belief. It was the epoch of incredulity. It was a season of light. It was a season of darkness. I love these contradictions. This is what mythological truth is made out of. You see, anyway. Listen. So, it was the winter of despair. We had everything before us. We had shut up. I don't want to hear your shit. So, We had everything before us. We had nothing before us. We were all going to direct to heaven. We were all going direct the other way. In short, it was a period so far like the present period that some of the noisiest authorities insisted on being received for good or for evil in the superlative degree of comparison only. Now you have to, this is something that we can break apart and really get, I'm stopping.
Ocean.
Thank you for that.
I gotta
Thank
change
you.
my underwear after that.
Somebody has a Jordan Peterson
Can't
fetish.
get that fucking thing to work. Can you
Eric,
do it?
looking
Ocean?
at
I don't
Eric.
have 2 screens.
I don't know how to.
I,
Well, down
I
below
laughed
it
so
should
hard I
say
got dizzy.
share screen.
Share
You
screen.
what so hard you got dizzy?
I
What?
laughed so hard I got
Laugh.
I thought you said something
Oh,
completely
oh,
different.
okay.
I was
Yeah,
like,
of course you did.
Murphy, stop
Perv.
drinking.
You
Hey, Kristen.
Oh, is that a
Thank you,
secret?
Kristen.
I don't want to hear your
Good night.
fucking shit about a goddamn banana ever again.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Okay.
I
I will
was made
personally come
perfectly
over.
to fit in our mouth.
I will personally come
It's
over
like a
there and
penis.
rip your goddamn head off for just interrupting my intellectual babble. You have to understand right now that
Banana.
I am actually God. All right? When I'm talking about the God that nobody knows what I'm fucking saying, I'm talking about my goddamn self, and you better believe it.
I'm waiting for lobster. I'm waiting for lobster. Oh.
Ow, fuck that.
I
hurt.
choose my words
Shit.
very, very carefully.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
I'm using an apple nowadays.
Oh, fuck you all. This shit hurts now, you bastards. Shit. Well, no, I fucked up my tear duct. My like, no, not because of this shit. My
Do we
kid.
want to hear the backstory on that one?
These are some weird
Well,
shit.
no,
I know the
this is-
backstory on this one.
No,
I
you
do.
don't. It happened yesterday. I didn't fucking talk to you. Fuck off, drunkie. This is
Or fuck off,
why
drunkie.
Jen. This is why Jen should be left with sharp objects unsupervised. My son's been growing his hair out for like 2 months, and he tells me yesterday I want a haircut. So I was like, all right, fuck it, cut his hair. And I didn't clean my hands and went like this. Got the hair all in the eye, and instead of flushing it out like a fucking normal person, I just sat here like this all fucking night, and now I can't see out of my eye because Ocean made me laugh too hard. And it's
That was a brilliant way to wrap this all around to blame it on Ocean.
There we go.
So I as much as I enjoy this, I have been melting under these lights for
Oh,
a good
dude.
amount of time. And on top of that, I actually tried to do a video intro. Like I tried to do a Marvel Comics style intro.
Like for your channel?
my channel.
Okay.
And so what I did is I spent every single hour of this morning all the way up until the actual debate, like clipping video clips of my previous debates and public appearances and like, you know, animated things from Talk Heathen, you know, when I was, and putting it all together so I could do a flipbook intro for my channel, which means I've been sitting in front of this goddamn computer for
Computer. Is your intro sound
12
anything
hours.
like this?
no.
I was
no.
jamming to that.
right?
Right.
We'll just
That's
sit
the
here and leave the
original.
rest of the
That's
my
after party with
ringtone.
that.
That was the day Neil got demonetized. When
Relax,
Disney
YouTube.
goes after
Just
your
remember.
ass, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Marvel at how fast they do that.
Disney does own that now. Don't
Mhm.
I'm sorry.
they?
Go ahead. I
I
apologize.
Beware the mouse.
No, that
Beware
was
the
brilliant.
mouse.
Sorry, not sorry.
We're not talking
The House
about
of Mouse
Jen
is going, ha ha, Neil, I have found you.
We're coming for you.
We're going to demonetize your channel. Ha
Okay. So that said,
Eric,
sir,
I'm glad you were able to do this because I would have been crying if you weren't able to, because I thought he did such a great job. I'm going to throw this guy an after party.
dude,
Must
You
do.
did. You did an amazing
Oh, you
job.
did fantastic, my dude.
I am
Yeah.
super fucking proud of you for what
Yeah.
you did tonight. Seriously.
Aw.
I really am.
I don't have the love rings like you guys do, but I can do this.
I can do this.
Wow.
This is what was
I'm doing sound
commented on
effects for you.
anyway and fucking on YouTube. Fuck
You did that on purpose. No, you brought that
hey,
on yourself.
just
You
because I
called
work-
me and said, "Hey, Eric, I'm going to wear a shirt that is going to
No, not
accentuate
any shirt.
my
You knew
jubblies
this fucking shirt.
when
Just
I'm on
because
Talk
I did
Heathen."
it to be petty doesn't mean shit, okay, Murphy? And you knew the fucking shirt I was
There is some
wearing.
fucking
not a
fire.
shirt.
Hey,
I know.
I approve.
Yeah, everybody approved, Jen. Everybody approved.
Now I need to go
Okay,
check
Jen,
this out.
Jen, did you get blurry or did I?
It's me. It's
I
Okay.
thought
oh
I
my
was
god,
stroking
how
out.
much have wait, who just asked was Murphy, did you ask if I got blurry?
Yeah.
Your
Sure.
camera did go out of focus a second.
Keep
did.
drinking, bitch. The more you drink, the prettier I get. Come on, fuck it. Keep going.
That was my excuse back in the day too.
Okay. I love you all. Thank you so much. I really did have a great time. And
Nice seeing you again.
so the awesome thing is I have a slew of apologists that I'm in talks with.
Cool.
And I am plugging them in every week for the next few months.
I was just gonna ask
Beautiful.
before you wrapped it up. Do you have anything absolutely scheduled yet? Anything you want to announce yet?
So I'm going to do my best to have one up this time next week.
Oh,
Perfect.
Oh yeah, no, I'm going to bust my butt
A
and
schedule.
do whatever I can to make that
Fucking
happen.
good.
Go and
I
become
definitely
a patron of Eric because and sub to his channel because he's got less than me, and that's just in my head unfathomable.
Sub patron to him. Hit the button, hit the bell, because
Yeah.
this guy's fucking awesome and he keeps getting better. So
I mean,
why
come
the
on,
fuck
guys.
won't you listen to him?
It's Eric fucking Murphy.
It's Eric fucking Murphy and the
Indeed.
hair, for fuck's sakes. Come on, subscribe for the fucking hair alone, please.
And I've met the guy in person and hung out with him for like a week, and he didn't get sick of me. So that's already amazing right there.
Neil, you are just a walking hug. You are just
I thought it was a tea.
Yep.
human
A
cup
human
of
cup of tea.
I love
Yep.
the human cup of tea.
Human cup of tea.
Neil, if somebody could be upset at you,
Yeah.
Wow, I don't
Yeah.
understand how that could
Tell
happen.
that to my
No.
dad.
yeah. So
I know how
the
to
very
push his
first
button.
time I heard from you, the very first time I met you, you called into my show because you
Yeah.
said, "Hey, I want to tell you that atheists
because of
can be
what's
good
his name?
people because you
Hamish.
donated a kidney, didn't
Well, I
you?
was trying to.
You were trying to you were setting yourself up so that you could donate
Yeah.
a kidney to someone you didn't even fucking know.
No,
because-
I knew him, but
Oh,
I'd
okay.
only known him for a brief time.
yeah, someone you didn't even fucking like, dude.
Yeah, but he's a family of 4. His mom lives with him. I couldn't not do that. He's a
Yeah.
cop. I mean, how many times has he put his life on the line, right?
Neil, you're an exemplar human being.
Well, I just do what I
And-
can, man.
I
200% agree.
sincerely appreciate you, Jen.
Yes.
You're
What?
a walking
What?
pipe bomb in the best way. In the best way.
I'm just very New York. I don't
the-
mean to
the-
be as aggressive and mean as
I love it.
Well, no, it's not mean. It's not mean, and you can be aggressively awesome, and that is what you manage.
Wait,
to pull
you
off
really mean
every
that? You
single
mean
time.
it that it's not mean?
He
No,
said a
it's not.
nice thing.
Hey.
Yeah.
Ocean, I think about you sometimes when I touch myself at night. Bible Belt.
You heard it here first.
Just now it-
Stuff I didn't already know.
oh, I know.
Eric, I want to respond to that. Eric, no. the feeling is mutual.
I ship this. I ship this.
It's already been shipped.
I am shit. No,
It's
like
already been
like
shipped.
we're-
I'm clipping that shit out.
Yes.
That was the day Neil got demonetized.
They say that about my channel all the time, so it's okay.
So love you all. For everybody watching in the live chat, y'all are fucking awesome.
Yeah, thanks everyone for jumping in on such short notice.
All right, have a good night, you guys.
Good night, Eric.
See you, man.
Yeah.
Well, guys,
Hold on
the
a
guest of honor has vacated.
Sorry.
You're right there.
I have 5 cats. And
I saw. I was just gonna say, were you hacking
so
up a
there's
hairball? or-
constant. If I don't remember to shut my microphone off, you guys will hear a full. The fuck are you doing? Constant.
It's okay.
I am a cat dad, so it's
Yeah,
I'm
I
a
got
dog
one
dad.
in
We
the
have
other room
4.
right there.
We got 4. Not
We
1 or
had
2 or 3.
we had
but 4.
one, and we took an
Dogs.
astray who came with 3 fucking surprises. And I was
Oh.
like, she gave birth under my bed, and I'm like, okay,
Okay,
if I can hide them from my kid, I can like adopt them out.
that didn't happen.
No, he came out there with his little cell phone flashlight, and he's like, he named the cat Bagel. This is why you don't let a fucking 8-year-old name your pet.
Bagel's a
like,
great name for a cat. What are you
like,
doing?
where's Bagel? And he's like armed with his little flashlight, and he goes, "Mommy, there's kittens under there."
Shit.
So now we have Darcy.
Did you act surprised, or did you tell him you already knew? You're like, what?
Here's the thing. My son's autistic. So there's no gray area with him. It's either yes or no. So you like have to be honest with him or he thinks you're a fucking asshole. So now we have Darcy, we have Fred, and Mr. Noodles.
Mr. Noodles.
Mr.
So
Noodles.
Bagel and Mr. Noodles. Now I'm hungry. What the hell's going on here?
We have Gizmo, who
I'm gonna have to have a cup of ramen in the next hour. This
right?
Well, yeah. I had noodles one night, and I was talking to a friend. Like Aldi makes these fucking 89-cent cheesy noodles. They're the best fucking things at midnight, and that's why I gained 30 pounds a year ago.
I'm ordering on Uber Eats right now.
He's like, right. So I was like, yeah, I had noodles for dinner, and they were like, what? What did the cat do? And I was like, oh shit, I'm sorry. But they'll be coming with me to Austin. So if I'm down there and any of you are down there, you're more than welcome to come cuddle kitties. And
always, okay, I'm in.
Yeah, if we can wait till May, I'll have an extra bedroom.
I know. And Jen, thank you, Atheist Trooper. Oh, thanks.
$2.
I just want to say,
Atheist Trooper,
your debut on Talk Heathen was phenomenal.
Thank you.
It was fucking top shit. It's like you've been doing it for years.
I had a podcast for a few years previously to this. And then I took about a 2-year hiatus. That's how I met Matt and kind of more people in the ACA was doing the convention circuit. I took a hiatus for like 2 years and I wasn't going to come back. And Matt and Murphy were like, no, bitch, you have to. We need new hosts. So I was like, all right, fuck it. Here I was fucking leading poor Murphy down the YouTube troll path on Moons.
Starting my channel, I had a similar story like that because I was on Hangouts a lot, popping into people's channels and stuff like that. And then I disappeared as well. And finally I got a bunch of messages from people saying, start your own fucking channel, asshole. we need to hear things from you. So I was disappearing, but then all of a sudden it was like, all right, well, I guess I have to start something. And
well, we had been dominated with the ACA networks with religious. We had no political, we had no other point of view. And I'm not real good with the religious philosophy, which is why I fucking bombed on AXP on top of recording all day, Matt, and then the callers. I was like,
some of the callers right there get really
oh my god, like, and I just couldn't find my footing. But we needed a political aspect to it, so they had asked me, hey, do you want to do GB3? I said, yeah, sure, let's do it. Yeah, sweet. Matt, that's another thing. Matt and I have been friends for years, and I forgot that the way that we discuss things is we yell over each other and we somehow get the whole fucking argument out. And trying to switch that off on a show was difficult. That's just the dynamic we're kind of used to. So with us cutting into each other, it doesn't translate well across camera.
Right. Because audio, it winds up. But one thing is because a lot of times in Hangouts, what would happen is that you get like 4 or 5 people like talking over each other and they can hear each other just fine. But audio for the audience is just like this garble. Like you don't hear individual sentences. You just hear voices trying to yell at each other. And it's a cacophony and not a conversation.
I was wholly unprepared for atheist experience. So I'm taking it as a learning experience and I'm studying and I'm, watching them actually do religious debates now so that if I ever do come back on, I won't bomb like I fucking did last time. Talk Heathen is more of a conversation piece, which is what I was used to.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was also vibrating from coffee when I did TH. Because we recorded GB at like 10 that morning. And then it was TH at 1 and then AXP at 4:30.
Did you do TH and then AXP on the same weekend? Okay.
We did GB, I did TH, and then I did AXP back to back the same day.
Got it.
Nice.
So come AXP, I was fucking exhausted too. TH, I was like...
You're on fire.
I was, and I felt bad because I was like, this is Murphy's show, and they're like, most of the camera up, like, singles were on me, and I'm like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but like, Eric's going to be on there next week.
He gets the spotlight every week.
Like,
yeah, he's going to be on there.
Over it. He'll be on there again.
He's probably watching right now going, hey!
Hey! But no, Eric's, I felt really bad. Eric's a great guy. He's a great host, and I have a lot to learn from him, and we try to teach each other with it.
That's good. That's good. That's
Oh, God equals the square root of 1. Anytime I'm in Austin and me and Matt are at the building, you guys are more than welcome to come down and watch our shouting matches.
I was on Truth Wanted, and
why are there so many atheist women named Jen?
Matt, that's funny.
Right?
That's funny.
I never.
You have to be named Jen in order to be.
Yeah, that's how you get in the atheist inner circle.
Can I change my name to Jen?
If your name is Jen. But I was on Truth Wanted with Dan, and Matt Dillahunty overheard part of our conversation, and he started like shadow boxing in front of Dan. In front of the, I was teleconferencing in, but Dan could see Matt, I couldn't, and he kept describing what Matt was doing, and I was just like, "Oh boy, are we about to have Matt call into the show?" He did call into the show, but Dan like shut him down. He was like, "Yeah, not down, Matt." Like, I'm like, I gotta know what he's gonna say. Me and Matt talked about what it was that he disagreed with me about, and we got ourselves on the same page really quickly. But it was because like we recognized the same issue, but it wasn't clear when we were talking about it on the on air. So it was Matt was like wanting to come in and correct me.
The first time I had been to Austin was back in July. And I think Murphy was with me, and we go up to the building and we're having this whole conversation on race being systematic, racism being either systematic or the actual text meaning of the word. And Matt got involved. So of course, this is the day that we have a visitor, a former Mormon who was like even terrified to speak above a squeak. And she walks in, and Matt and I are in the back room, and I'm like, "You're fucking wrong. And this is how it fucking is in American society." And he's like, "Fuck you." Da, 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 da. And she went, and Murphy turns around and he goes, "Oh no, they're really good friends. This is just how they discuss shit." And she just stood there, deer in headlights, like, "I picked the wrong fucking day to come in here. I'm sorry." She was just like, "Why is Matt Dillahunty so mad?" I'm like, no, honey, we're not mad. This is just how we talk. This is how we talk to each other. And I was really upset that I couldn't find the balance to be that fiery on AXP with him. Although I don't think most of those callers would have lasted as long as they did.
It's like I feel like New York is like Southerner but turned up almost. Like you're like Northerners in general, I think, but New Yorkers especially, like way more direct than Southerners are. I'm like from Atlanta, so yeah. Here we talk around the issue fairly commonly, and you have to be able to detect that, or you're going to be lost. Like one of the biggest insults down here is "bless your little heart."
I live in Tennessee now. I live in Clarksville, Tennessee. Every time I hear "bless your heart," I want to punch a bitch in the fucking face. Like,
because someone told you.
Please videotape it if you do.
It's like, how much do you have too much sugar in your tea? You know, like there's a lot of
there's little. They sound really
little
nice.
isms. Yeah, exactly. Like what's worse is you don't want someone telling to somebody else that, well, she's just having a hard time. That's gonna be.
And that's a New Yorker thing, and I try to explain we're not rude. We just don't like people wasting our time.
No, you're not rude according to the rules of New York, but according to the rules of literally everywhere else, yes, you are.
The rest of the world.
I'm paying $3,000 a month for a 1-bedroom apartment. I have to pay $300 a month for my transportation plus everything else. I don't have fucking time to sit here and pitter patter with you, bitch. My rent has to get fucking paid. And if I miss my fucking hours, I'm getting evicted. This is how it fucking is. 1, 2, fucking 3, we're done. Go.
And in the South, we're going, do you want to meet Juliet with that attitude?
That just made me so fucking unreasonably angry. I was just like,
I saw the little smoke trails coming out of your
exactly. It was like,
I was like,
oh, that's it. She's gonna roast the screen.
South. The South is like it's like Southern communication is, and the Southern insult is a masterclass of the subtle troll.
It's
like,
an entire language, and it took me forever. Yes, New York are the same rules as Ireland. Get the fuck out of my way. Get me my fucking drink and shut the fuck up.
In that order.
In that fucking order. In that order. And we all wear very thick sweaters because New York is a very Catholic place. So bony nun fingers, we don't feel them.
Here on the West Coast in Vancouver, we just, we put on our T-shirts and walk around with Starbucks cups.
The letter R is nowhere to be found.
No, Vancouver's like the San Francisco of Canada. That's what I'm convinced. Vancouver's like the San Francisco of Canada.
Yeah, actually, San Francisco is considered a sister city.
Really?
Yes.
And Alberta, or Calgary's
we're more like Seattle and San Fran mixed.
Yes, because San Fran can be a little bougie and hoity.
Yeah. Oh, trust me, we get that here too. I have relatives like that.
I've seen some of the bitches up there. Believe me, I was like,
"Oh yeah, you've been up here?
Oh yeah."
Oh well, shit! You didn't give me a call. What the hell's going on?
This was years ago when I had money.
Oh, I remember those days.
Before I had my kid and got divorced, and when I had money. So, but I got that in Vancouver. I'm like, oh, it's Canadian. Everyone's going to be so nice.
Oh, you weren't in the right areas then. Oh yeah,
I was like,
pretty bad areas.
Somebody up here. I'm not trying to get put in Canadian prison. Although it'd probably be much nicer than the apartment I was living in at the time. But.
Oh yeah, here in Canada, they're like, hey, good morning. You want some McDonald's, eh?
I thought it was Tim Hortons.
Well,
I thought
McDonald's
was not allowed. It's only Tim Hortons.
Timmy's, Hortons. It doesn't matter.
Tim Hortons has a good fucking.
The prison guards are all on horses.
I had Tim Hortons when I got home today.
Their coffee's amazing.
Oh, it is, isn't it?
Oh.
I know,
and
it's
what
like
is it in Austin
orgasm.
that nobody fucking drinks coffee in Austin? What the fuck is this? There's 8,000 fucking coffee shops, but if you're like, hey, does anyone want to get coffee? That shit is
one
gross.
right down the road.
I'm gonna fucking suck down this energy drink that contains 8,000 forms of fucking cancer and is gonna give me a heart attack.
8,000 forms of cancer. I had the Timmy's artisan grilled cheese. I had a coupon, you can get 2 for 1. So I went in and grabbed that and a cup of coffee. And then I got some beer, and that's what I've been drinking since.
Hey, Neil, check your DMs on Twitter. I just sent you something.
You just sent me shit on DMs?
Yeah, on Twitter.
On Twitter?
I know what happens in those DMs. I'd be a little afraid.
Oh, the Luminous failing gracefully vocal cover. I can't even say my own fucking
Is that
song.
your liver dying from the debate earlier, Neil?
It might be.
Hey guys, I hate to interrupt. I gotta go. I've had a long day. I've been on the road all day from Chicago, and
right.
My brain is mush.
Sorry, Chicago's a shit fucking place. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, Chris, I will set my alarm, and hopefully I can jump in there with you in the morning.
I tried to drive in Chicago once.
Yeah, no, it's not.
I'm
pretty.
banned from ever going to Chicago again.
So my thing with Chicago is I was driving.
Good
I'll see
night.
it.
Night, Chris.
I was driving in Chicago, and I came across a 6-way stop, and I was like, "This is like Nope Town. What is going on here? What is happening? There is too many roads meeting in this one spot. Why can't we?" Then I saw a 7-way stop, and I was like, "What are you guys fucking doing in this town?" Like, and I come from Atlanta. Atlanta, like civic planning is like this idea that's somewhere, but like,
I don't think civic planning existed when Atlanta was created.
No. Basically, here's the thing with Atlanta. Atlanta was like, well, look, we're going to take these 2 railroads, we're going to have them meet here, and nobody will fucking move here. There's no way it's going to happen. And then everybody moved there, and all of a sudden there was no civic planning, and everybody was like, what the fuck are we doing? There's no way that we can handle this. And then the Civil War happened. Sherman came over, saw how horrible the city was designed, and decided to burn it down. And then burned down everything in Georgia just because he was so upset at the civic planning in Atlanta, and stopped at Savannah because that's actually a well-planned city. Then everybody was like, nobody's going to live in Atlanta again. And then people started moving there, and there was no civic planning. We didn't learn from our fucking mistake. We had the opportunity.
Knowing Atlanta, it makes sense that everything popped up around the people. That does make sense to me. Knowing Atlanta, it makes sense to me.
It is a collection of small towns that keep getting bigger and bigger and running into each other. And as such, you cannot get a train or a bus to from one part of the city to any other part of the city without waiting 2 hours. Because, the South is not a fan of public transportation. We don't know what it is. We're still trying to figure out what
that was my biggest shock moving down here. Was there's no kind of even in a city like Austin, there isn't. There's barely public transportation. I'm like, why?
Because like the Southerners are just like, well, there's a road. Why don't you just drive your pickup truck? And
Holy shit, if true
or jump on
words
your horse.
spoken. Okay, no, that's Amish, and I live by them and the Mennonites. We have the horses here that go too fast and actually run kids over and kill them. Like on the road.
Shit! What?
Mhm. The last guy in Amish buggy, the horse was going too fast and actually ran over a kid that was running out of the KKK bar where his parents had been for the night.
That's Tennessee.
No, that's Kentucky. That's shit happened on the Kentucky side of the border. That's
okay. Well, I also believe that because like it's either Kentucky or if there's another state I would believe that happened in, it'd be West Virginia,
Alabama.
Because for some reason. West Virginia, for some reason, is more like Alabama than Alabama is. I have no idea why that's the case. They fought on the northern side of the Civil War, yet somehow you see more Confederate flags there per capita than any other fucking state, and I don't have an explanation for it.
It's another one of those mysteries.
It's like the reason why this state exists is because we didn't want to support that flag, guys. Why?
The best way I could describe West Virginia is the Hunger Games takes place in West Virginia. Not only is this a non-dystopian tale, because that's exactly what fucking West Virginia is like, there's a reason they fucking lived through nuclear war. Because that is what fucking West Virginia is like. Now, today.
My weirdest Confederate flag experience, though, was walking around in upstate New York, like in a little tiny town called Canton.
I know Canton. I used to live not too far from Canton. I lived in Watertown.
So I'm in Canton, and I see a lifted pickup with 2 Confederate flags drive into the gas station. And I'm like, we're in New York, asshole. Why are you what? What? What are you doing here?
And the further upstate New York you go, the more southern redneck racist they get.
It's hard to get further upstate than Canton, but yes,
I live just further up. I was.
Oh my
Watertown.
goodness!
I was in Watertown for.
You're like on the Canadian border or something.
We were 30 minutes from the border.
Wow.
We were about 30 minutes from the border. Toronto was an hour from me. But the higher up you get, the more Confederate flag waving racist redneck. And it's like, but wait, I'm going north.
This doesn't make any sense.
I don't know how that happened. I think that an interesting cultural study would be the answer to the question of why do we have Confederate flag waving people in the north? Why does that happen? I don't actually like in the South. I disagree with it, but I understand it. In the North, I don't understand it. I don't understand why that exists.
It's up even New York State. New York City, we get New York State is weird because you have pockets like Albany, you have Schenectady, Rochester, Buffalo. And these are more urban areas. They're more diverse. They're more liberal, but they are wholly surrounded by these super conservative, racist white towns, small little white towns. And it's so fucking segregated. And you would think that a place like New York.
Yeah.
But if we took New York City out of voting, it would be a red state.
Right. But why that flag, though? Why does that show up there?
Because they're fucking racist. And 99% of them, I don't want to say
New York.
a large, very disproportionate population amount in upstate New York are actually corrections officers.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of falls into this. We work in corrections. My daddy worked in corrections. We have a disproportionate number of black inmates. They see them as animals up there, literal animals. Like I was just outside of Elmira. And I literally had somebody say, if I see a coon on my back fucking porch, I'm shooting him like the coon.
Holy shit. Are you kidding?
They see them as actual animals, this generational kind of corrections, upstate New York corrections officer vibe.
Those are the motherfuckers I want to hit with a shovel.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So it's, it's Confederacy and, separation and slavery. They really believe that shit up there. And we had a lot of underground slaves in upstate New York to tend to the farms that they would just keep underground and keep illegal. So this is generations up there of these racist motherfuckers.
I did not know that.
A lot of them, the more rural areas in New York actually supported slavery during the Civil War.
Wow.
It was the more liberal population in the city that had pushed for it. Like everything else in New York. It's usually the city that leads
the rest of the state.
Yeah, the rest of the state. But
they don't like the New York. They don't like the city, I guess. There's like a resentment. against the city.
We have no choice now but to move out of the city because it's getting too expensive.
Right.
And people are leaving upstate New York in drones because people from the city are moving up. They refuse to even live around them. Like, I've actually been called a Yankee in my own fucking state. I was like,
wait, how do you get called a Yankee in New York?
I got called a fucking Yankee in upstate New York because I was a city bitch.
What?
And I'm just, yeah. Granted, this person had 3 teeth in their head and they probably had 2 branches on their fucking family tree. But
you sure it was 3? Sometimes they look like they're separate.
Yeah, it may have been that big one.
Come down to Cary, North Carolina, where it's not like Yankee is just the name of the people that live there. Like, that's just what you. Like where all the halfbacks wind up. Cary is, Cary, is that, and it is.
I actually have friends that live in Cary, Indiana.
It stands for Containment Area for Relocated Yankees. That's the
yes. But I got called a Yankee in upstate New York. I got called a Yankee in Vermont, New Hampshire.
You were going to say something, BBA?
New Hampshire.
So
okay, Vermont surprises me more than New Hampshire. New Hampshire, I can see being an honorary Southern state, but fucking Vermont, I don't understand.
Maine too. Maine feels the same way. But fun fact, any state with the motto "Live Free or Die" is honorary South, right there. I am only 2nd generation in New York on my father's side, New York City.
Mm-hmm.
They all live in these fucking hoback farms in New Hampshire. So I am the evil black sheep, city liberal, coming atheist, heathen, poly whore bitch, coming to fucking corrupt their children. And I'm like, yes.
Should we explain what
like you say it with such a sneer, but it's also accurate.
What is a Yankee? A Yankee is traditionally anybody from the northern states to a southerner.
Yeah.
Like Yankee Doodle.
Unless they come into the South and then they're a carpetbagger.
Been one proudly for 15 years.
Oh man.
But yeah, it's really weird what happens in rural areas in northern states, Pennsylvania and Jersey being the two. You would think Pennsylvania, Jersey, it's fucking Jersey Shore, orange people running around smelling like oil and shit, right? No, you get to like the Pennsylvania border. These are straight up racist fucking rednecks just running around there. And I was like,
well, that's like Rick Santorum comes arising out of that kind of culture that's in Pennsylvania, I believe in the West. So yeah, I see that it happens, but I'm still surprised.
I'm still surprised. And I grew up there, and I'm like, what is wrong with you? Like, you have the same fucking license plate color as I do. What? But it's also a large part of the upstate New York economy depends on black men being put in prison. So
yeah,
there you go.
You got to make the money.
Yes, shade, bitch. Shade was thrown there. So much fucking shade was thrown there. And all of our prisons are state run. So the more they keep them funded, the more the state makes money, the more. Yep.
Georgia's got a similar issue.
I don't know much about the only system I know is the Georgia education system. And
it's an adventure. Yeah. Georgia, I live in Atlanta, but I grew up in North Georgia. And so I have this one part of my life was out in the country is where I was growing up. And another part of my life is out in the city. And it's a completely different experience living in Atlanta than it was living up in the mountains. But yeah, you do find a lot of those same tropes that you were describing out there.
I think we've had the reverse experience where I came from the city and then went to this like small southern town. And I started on a military base out here. So compound a small Kentucky town with military.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I was the worst army wife anybody had ever fucking seen. They're like, come to the potluck and talk about the soldiers. I showed up with a bucket of KFC drunk. I was like, up, y'all.
I'll eat all this fucking chicken and then nothing you can do about it.
I fucking sat there
in
front of his company commander with this bucket of chicken. Like, they're like, aren't you getting anybody else's cooking? You bitches make fucking lasagna with cottage cheese and cream cheese. No, I'm not eating that shit. Yes, they put jelly in their meatballs.
Jelly?
What?
Like grape jelly. in their fucking meatballs.
All right. I have been to some Southern potlucks, and I have never seen a concoction.
Army wives, Southern Army wives put great fucking jelly in their goddamn meatballs.
Now look. I maybe there is a distinction between the Kentucky Southern Army wife and the Georgian Southern Army wife, but I know myself a few Southern Army wives, and they can cook fucking well in Georgia. All right, there's a Georgia pride that comes with the culinary therapy of Southern cooking in Georgia. This is the heart of Dixie. Defend our culinary traditions with pride. Now, putting jelly inside of your meatballs is something that is creative.
If we have,
but I would not say that it is a Southern hallmark. There's not something I can't do that.
A Kentucky thing.
I will defend Southern culture when it comes to the culinary therapy.
It adds some sweetness and helps to thicken it. Your meatballs are.
I do not know what you're talking about with that. It helps to thicken jelly.
Now, I'm an Italian New Yorker. I take my meatballs and my fucking sauce. I don't cook that shit because I fucking hate cooking, but I'll take that shit really seriously.
I'm part of Italian.
No, this my roommate has an Italian background, and he's like, meatballs are serious business.
Fuck right.
So it's like,
they fucking are.
You cannot fuck around with meatballs with that guy. Like, no, it's not happening.
To thicken your meatballs, you put a little bit of breadcrumbs in them.
But if I said jelly in the meatballs to him, he would probably have a heart attack. It's you want to put what in what? Like,
I have the most Southern Army wife story fucking ever. I get told it's a girls' night without the guys, so I'm like, all right, I'm bringing like bottles of liquor.
Isn't that generally what girls' night means?
Well, yeah, but
yeah, liquor. That's what it means around here too. Come on now.
This was coming from a wife that girls' night meant her husband was looming around the house. It was never an actual girls' night. I'm like, okay, I'm bringing like bottles of liquor and shit. And I get there and there's this chick that I have no idea who the fuck she is. So I'm like, okay, maybe it's like one of her other friends. No, it was a dildo slinging party.
Sweet.
Surprise.
A fuckerware
party. A fuckerware party. So she's like, I made chicken parm. Okay, I'm curious. She took ragu fucking jar sauce, poured that shit in the pan. Took the frozen Tyson patties, lined the pan with them, straight put Walmart brand fucking melted the shredded mozzarella cheese on top of it, and then put more ragu sauce on it.
You're fired.
So I'm sitting here with this giant, ungodly sized fucking dildo just staring me in the fucking face, right?
Hey.
While the chick next to me, who
get out your wallet.
He was well, you think I wasn't checking my checkbook? That's it. You think I wasn't checking my checkbook? I got the chick next to me whose husband was directly under my husband. My husband was his platoon sergeant, talking about how her husband can't keep it up and she needs keep up cream. With this shitty fucking chicken parm in front of me. And I'm like, I did not bring enough alcohol for this fucking I'm just like
let me just go get another bottle.
I came home, looked at my ex-husband, and I said, I don't give a shit what you have to fucking do. You are not re-enlisting after this contract. I'm done. I am fucking done. If I have to sit with these bitches anymore, I'm literally gonna choke one with that fucking dildo. Like I'm no, poor Mikey's like, what the fuck did I just walk into? We can't.
And you're muted.
Hey, Mikey. Yeah, you're muted, Mikey.
Mikey, we're talking about choking people with dildos.
He's like, and I'm gone.
That's the topic of conversation
and
right now.
Meatballs with grape jelly in them.
So, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, Mikey's the one that said
between choking with dildos and meatballs.
How's that work for you?
What's the?
Murphy's gonna be pissed that he left this early. He's gonna be like,
I can go for about another 10 minutes, but
yeah, I have to make lunch and be a mom.
Oh yeah, there's that.
I'm getting exhausted, so
yeah. Can y'all hear me now?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we can.
Yes.
So what is it, Mikey? Dildo or dildon't?
Anyways, back to the meatballs. Yeah, the jelly is for Swedish meatballs, not for like spaghetti. Like
no, these were spaghetti meatballs with grape jelly in them.
Well, then they put the wrong meatballs in the wrong thing. But adding those to Swedish meatballs does give it like a sweetie stickiness, which is tasty because it's literally just sugar. It's just plant sugar from grape as opposed to a bowl.
Then add the
lightning
sugar.
bolts
Don't
at me
add
right
this jelly. Don't. What are you doing?
It's. I mean,
there are
look it
sweeteners that exist. This is the South. We know what sugar is. What's in our backyard? You go out there, you slap it around. Come on now.
I was gonna let you rock, Ocean, but don't be trying to talk about some Southern cooking when y'all just stole soul food, took all the seasoning out of it, and then called it Southern. So let me correct you on that.
We're gonna agree on that a lot, actually.
Gonna take our food, take everything except for salt, pepper, and fucking sesame seeds, and just add that shit on there like it makes it taste better.
Panko breadcrumbs. Don't forget Panko fucking breadcrumbs.
In reference to the dildo comment, I imagine. Deep throat cooking.
Oh my God! And I will agree. There's a whole history behind collard greens.
Now I'm fucking hungry now.
I know, me too. Now, like you guys, fuck you.
Deep throat cooking. That's gonna be the next. That's gonna be the name of my new YouTube channel. Deep throat cooking, right there.
Oh,
I'll be there with the jelly.
That's genius.
I'll be there with the jelly and the Tyson
jelly. It's called mayonnaise.
Jelly of the KY brand.
Yes.
So what y'all were talking about, like with the upstate thing. So here in Chicagoland, go about 50 miles outside of the city, and you got the pickup trucks and the Confederate flags and the Trump flags and all that shit.
That's literally where Lincoln is from, you fuckers.
No, hold up. You don't even have to go. You don't even have to go 50 miles outside of the city to get in Chicago to see a Confederate flag. You just have to go to Canaryville for that.
Okay,
we see them here where I live, and we're not.
Why do you have Confederate flags in goddamn Canada?
I asked this. I seen them out in the Okanagan and stuff, which is our desert area.
Do they have American family? Do they what? There's no way.
They think in Canada, it's cool?
In Canada, I can't see standing for anything but racism. That's.
I think they just like the design.
Yes. But the same guys that are riding around in their pickups with these fucking Confederate flags also have the gun racks and a black lab in the back.
So I've seen you've been to Alberta. I see.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That happens here too.
I've seen photographs of what Albertans think are cowboys. That's a whole.
Oh, have you seen the Stampede? Is that what you've seen?
No, I've just seen pictures of people in bars. I don't know. They just there's the hat,
Canadian cowboys is totally different.
The boots, the patterns on the shirt. There's a thing happening in Alberta that I don't understand, but it does seem to be like it really wants to be Texas.
Yeah, Alberta's the Texas of Canada. Austin is like Calgary.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Austin's it's like Calgary. How y'all doing, eh?
Actually, my former podcast was in Calgary and said that. So how y'all doing over there, eh? And I was like, what the fuck just happened?
My mind hurts now.
I was like, this is officially, and I was drunk as shit watching The Twilight Zone before that. So I was like,
we should have been prepared.
What the fuck? Did I drink too much and stumble into this bitch? Like, what the fuck actually happened? No, we were just talking about Chicago, Mikey. I'm not allowed in Chicago anymore. So
you've been formally banned from the city.
After your jelly comments, you best stay outside of our borders.
Oh, gladly. My entire former
is jelly and the meatballs common over there? Is that a thing? Oh my goodness!
For home cooking, it is. But y'all are saying it like it tastes bad.
It does.
It jelly? Probably. I'm sure that it tastes okay, but
it just makes things sweet.
It should be fine as
is it flavored jelly or is it like this gelatinous
meatballs for meat sauces?
Ain't nobody ever done that except for her story. Get out of here. Ain't nobody putting Swedish meatballs on top of spaghetti. Just rocking it out.
They don't know how to make this shit in Kentucky.
That motherfucker was drunk. Talking about meatball recipe.
It was the same woman who made the Tyson chicken patty, chicken parm. It was the same chick.
Oh my god.
Well, yeah, she can't cook, man.
That was the point I was getting to, is that these bitches can't cook. Not that this is the fucking norm, but
that's when Ocean jumped on his antebellum cooking tour.
Why is it common in the South to put cottage cheese and cream cheese in your fucking lasagna and your stuffed shells?
No, they're supposed to use ricotta.
Somebody just misunderstood.
Right? No, but it's like a thing. It's there's over a dozen times that I've seen this now.
That's why I don't eat out at other people's houses.
My friend makes or his wife anyways, makes a 7 cheese lasagna. Which includes ricotta, of course,
with one cheese for each layer, right? Is that a thing?
It goes. It's like a cheese, and then meat, and then cheese, and meat, and cheese.
My grandmother did that.
Nom,
she would make that kind of thing going on.
Can I get a 7 meat lasagna?
Of course, after I eat one of those things, I eat an entire jar of these fucking things.
we actually used to do different kind of meats in our lasagna when my grandmother was alive.
What kind of meat y'all put in y'all lasagna? Just like some sausage?
Good. Lamb lasagna is really good.
Lamb is good. We've had deer meat. We've had
lamb, beef,
deer's good.
Venison, yeah.
We had what the fuck? I can't think of the name of the answer.
That was very white people
Moose
y'all
awesome.
with the deer comments, and that was by far the moose. Like black people don't eat
You're
deer.
so Canadian.
No, that was the New Hampshire white ass back farm.
Oh, y'all got a lot of deer up there though.
Yeah, if the family up there, if they didn't kill something, they weren't eating that night. Like first time I visited, there was like a string of fucking squirrels in their like dinner, and I was like, pizza, bitch, dinner, bitch, pizza, no.
You don't want some
like I got a fucking Domino's up here, right? Some shit, right? Because I'm no.
So where do y'all go for pizza in this place? Nowhere? Oh, you got a squirrel-sized pizza too? Damn it!
I am
squirrel pizza.
We can make pizza out of this squirrel. I don't know what you're talking about.
I was expecting them to roll the squirrel out and start fucking putting sauce on the shit, and I'm like, I'm not trying to eat Rocky and fucking Bullwinkle, bitch. Make something. There ain't a goddamn Piggly Wiggly or some shit in this Boone Farm motherfucking town you live in.
Is there an Albertsons?
Beautiful.
Is there a
beautiful.
Safeway? Is there a something?
This poncho's a little bit much now.
No, it's perfect.
It's getting a little warm.
It's you had like the lighting going, you have like the blurring in the background and just the angle. Like it's fucking perfect.
It was very allure.
It is
sexy bastard, you.
He's got that. I expect some kind of acoustic guitar to start playing in the background. Vibe to it.
Turning red. All right, and there we go.
Kumbaya.
And like Lost Without You to start coming on behind him and shit.
Lost Without You.
Mac and cheese pizza.
I don't use this setup for my videos on YouTube.
I know you totally should.
I need to try this.
That I need to do that.
Mac and cheese pizza. That sounds fucking amazing.
Right?
Yo, I know it's from.
That, by the way, is the guy.
Disney Channel?
I'll be starting a call-in show just like
Randolph.
Experience and Talk here, and
yeah. Randolph's good people. I remember when you told me it was like Ocean. We got to get you to meet Randolph, and the two of you are not going to get along.
What? I didn't say that.
you said here's what you told me. You said something along the lines of, this is a paraphrase, that you and Randolph would like
direct quote.
It would be an experience. And that it was suggesting that if we disagreed, it was going to get. But no, like
they ended up making out. Like
we've had it. Randolph and I have had a couple of interesting discussions, but it's always been fucking amicable. I love the guy.
Yeah, of course. Oh, yeah.
Like we disagree, but he disagrees like a Canadian, and I love it.
Yeah, Randall's good people.
But the thing that I like about I eventually had to figure out about Randolph. The thing that I eventually had to figure out about Randolph was that he's extremely straightforward and like super straightforward. So if you say what you fucking mean, he's going to be right on the same page with you.
Yeah.
But if you deviate from that strategy at all, it's going to change the conversation dynamic immediately, and he's just going to start taking everything literally and he's going to confuse you. But I love it. I love that element of it.
I think that's what tripped Murphy up on Talk Heathen, was that I'm very much like that, and they're venturing off, and I'm like, no, but you said this. So what the fuck does this mean?
And that's what Randolph does on Twitter too. He'll be like, whoa, hold up. You said this 7 posts back. Now that doesn't match up with what you just said here.
He's got a memory like a steel trap.
No, he's so good at that, though. He's so good.
We had one guy that called in that was saying that he couldn't kick alcoholism because, or he prayed to God and God finally granted it or some shit. And then I was like, so your God, your alcoholism is more important than the kid being beaten in the fucking apartment next door. This is your God. And then he starts going on about free will and shit. I was like, no. But why is your alcoholism? Why is it more important than the kid being beaten next door in the fucking house? Like, why? And Murphy's like, I swear, every time they censored the
Murphy's like, I want to talk about free will. Then you're like, no.
Like,
This is the interesting part of the conversation.
Every time they center the camera on me, I look over and he's like this.
I've been memed in that position.
Yeah, by
like,
me.
No.
Yes, that's right. That's right. It was you.
And like,
And I gift you as well.
Did you?
Yeah.
How come I haven't seen the GIF? Screen share that shit.
If I have it on Google.
Never in my life did I ever think I'd be in a position where people would be memeing and gifting me.
Oh, I'm waiting because I have
GIFs.
Do I have
GIFs are great.
We are nearly there. I'm sorry.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
I'm sorry. I apologize for that one.
This is the second time I've had to go badumps for you tonight.
Yeah, no, it's I think I'm working. No, it's
Purple Rhymes with Orange. I don't think he was Catholic. I think he was kind of your run-of-the-mill American Christian. But he was like all about how God cured his alcoholism. But the original question was, what made you lose faith in religion?
Yeah, no credit to yourself for doing that.
That's what I said. I was like, no, it draws this apathy. And I'm like, so you pray every fucking day. And now it's God. Why are you taking the fucking credit from yourself? Like, why? And I look over and the camera's on me, and Murphy's
they
teach
you to be that you're weak, though. So that's why these people think that.
That's what Alcoholics Anonymous does to you, though. They have that program where it's like you gotta give it to the which, like, people have talked about how Alcoholics Anonymous just doesn't work for fucking atheists, because you start to have to like tell them to this is beautiful.
This is I need this. I need this as a background.
I never knew that you did that, dude. That's awesome.
It's on Twitter. It's on. It's on my profile.
Bullshit caller on the shows. I'm gonna put this on the back TV behind us. Like on this, I'm just gonna put that on.
That's beautiful.
Oh my god, that's fucking funny.
Do you remember what caused him to do that?
No,
I don't even remember, dude.
That was.
And I'm wearing my what shirt was that? The
Tony Designs. Tony Designs. Find that episode.
Zopdos or whatever.
No, that was
Pistivus shirt. That's what it was.
That was from the from Faye's after party. Faye the Most Gracious.
Was it?
That was from her after party. Okay, it's about an hour and 4 minutes in, if I remember.
That is fucking beautiful. I need that every time I bring up on fucking GB3 that there's fucking religious shit that they're pushing into law. I'm just gonna flash this.
Yes, you met my friend Neil.
Speaking of shit,
it's on Twitter.
So.
That's amazing.
And the only answer I have to this is that.
And then you can download it going through the link through Google
I
Photos.
Need this. Like this has to be this has to be up at the ACA all the time.
Mark, when I was down there, Mark was telling me that he wanted to add my show to the roster of the ACA shows because I'm an ACA member. Mm. And I haven't heard anything back from him yet.
You got to get on Mark. You got to ask him. Yeah, you got to ask Mark because like
that's the way it is with a lot of stuff like that. Especially if you got to produce, if you're looking at a producer that's a busy guy, you gotta send reminders every once in a while.
Yeah, Mark is our only producer, so he's handling all of the shows right now.
Oh Jesus,
of course.
Yeah, yeah. And
okay.
Now we're just like we're talking about rebooting Parenting Beyond Belief too. We're talking about rebooting another show, Parenting Beyond Belief. So just say, hey. We talked about this. Come on the roster. I'd fucking love to have you on the roster. Oh my god.
Right? I think it'd be good. I think it'd be really
cool.
I
would love that. Oh my god. I would love that. I would shout that fucking show from I don't give a shit if I had to burst into the studio on every fucking show that was recording. Like, by the way, we have a new show on the AEN network. And everybody needs to watch this.
Well, it happens enough, or quite a bit actually. The guys will prop me up once in a while on the shows.
So wait. Oh, you're getting so propped up on my shit. Like so.
Well, I can't wait to have you on because I think that's going to be such a wicked show. And for all of those that are watching that might be interested, let me check my schedule.
You have the most perfectly fucking organized.
Well, yeah, it's just basically it's just a
But it's the fact that it's written down that I just admire.
I just got
something on paper. Like
I got
what
Paula
is-
Dia
Okay,
signed up.
you want to come into the ACA, learn that fucking no one but me and V writes anything down.
Apology is coming onto your show.
Yeah, he'll be on January 20th.
That's going to be a really good show.
That's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, it should be. Yeah,
Because,
he's awesome
like,
though.
Something to know. Like, talk to him about the relationship between his deconversion story and his order of videos that he's making.
Yes.
That's
one thing I thought of.
Yeah.
I got Jenna Belk, so I'm going to eventually, once I have Jenna and then Jen on, I'll have had all the hosts of the Godless Bitches on.
She is like
V?
the best
Are you-
fucking person I've ever met.
Oh, she's
You're making a complete collection of gens.
I already had V on.
And you know
V was
what?
great.
You're getting that done before Matt and Eric are doing that. I think you're gonna win that race.
Mikey hates us.
Bye, Mikey.
I got Lloyd Evans on as well.
Oh,
I met Jenna Belk last year at Faithless Forum when I stopped by the ACA. She was incredibly nice. She's a very warm and welcoming person.
She's the one that's teaching me that I can't yell at everyone, and I really need to. I really need to sit down and wonder and think about the other person and where they're coming from. She's actually teaching me like a lot more empathy. I'm like, if it wasn't for Jenna Belk, I'd be a fucking psychopath. Thank you, Jenna. What have you?
I got you another meme for you.
Have you ever talked to Lloyd Evans before? Have any of you ever heard his voice?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Holy shit.
I actually managed to get Richard Carrier as well. Well, that went to silence.
I'm reading something
What
else.
the hell? Oh, sorry.
Mikey said he was having some internet trouble, so.
You just funny. Huh?
Yeah, everything was weird. It got like.
I fucking love that.
Yeah, I got Dragnet Silvis coming on. He hosted the LP.
Dragnot's good. If you want to see like Dragnot and full Dragnot, Matt Dillahunty streams on Twitch nearly every night, and he pops in, and he just regales us with the stories of Otangelo and how he deals with fucking Otangelo on a daily basis.
He just tried to friend me on Facebook, and I was
Me
like,
too.
Nope.
This is I think like the third or fourth time that he's tried too, and I'm like.
So just so you guys know, the lovely Jen here in the show with us tonight will be on my show in March
28th, and I specifically asked for that because that's my condescending Catholic aunt's birthday.
There you go.
So.
And it's a day after my birthday.
I have to remind me of that. We're gonna do a birthday thing.
Yeah, we'll have to sing him happy birthday.
Yeah,
I'll make sure to avoid it.
And you guys might know Utah Outcasts. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that show.
Yeah.
But, I've got X coming
hearing
on.
Their name.
March 14th. Oh, they're a good show, dude. I listen to quite a few of their stuff during the week. X is great. Yeah, so there's some Daily Atheist, which was on the stream earlier, will be on the 7th of March. So yeah, should be. I'm booked until the end of March, early April.
I love people that I like doing well. I love
well, thank you.
I'm like the cheerleader type until I get pissed off with you, and then I'm like, now I'm gonna burn everything you love to the ground.
Remind me to keep you happy.
Lady.
Ask David Silverman about that one.
Oh, let's not, because a friend of mine is fucking dating him.
And you and I both know who that is.
I know.
Masha?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, when she told me, I was like, what?
Neil.
What?
That's.
Yeah, I know.
No.
Come on.
I know.
Through all this?
Yeah. No. This is recent.
No, it was.
I mean, after all this.
Yeah. No wine for you. No wine for Kitty.
Oh, Kitty.
But I mean, like, oh man. All right.
I don't know how any woman, anyways, could look at that guy now.
So I have a very interesting.
And think that he would be sexy or anything now.
Right before his last, remember he got busted right before the AA convention by BuzzFeed.
Yeah.
He did my podcast right before that.
Ooh, so you got just the cusp.
No, but I couldn't make it that year because I was doing NanoCon earlier that month and I couldn't get childcare. And he's like, find childcare. I can host a private poker party in my hotel room. And I've heard about Jen when she's wine drunk. And I'm like, ew. I have never fucked anyone in the movement. I was like, I've never fucked anyone in the movement. And if you think I'm starting with you, you are way more inflated than I ever fucking thought you would be. 2 weeks later, I get a phone call from a person I will not name who told me if I go to the conference to watch out because Silverman's known for this shit. He got busted 2 weeks later. And I'm like,
awesome.
Vikram.
And then of course it was, well, what do you know about it? And I'm like, well,
Vikram knows Masha too.
That's the thing with Silver. I didn't know anything about what you just said, and it seems like with people that you get like 2 accusations that come out and just like, oh wait, there's probably way more stories than that.
I mean, this is something that we had kind of known about David that had been kept in the whisper for a long time, like a really long time. And then he started doxing his victims when he made his comeback. He doxed his victims. So when I went down to Austin in January after lighting fucking David Silverman on fire a year prior to this, maybe 18 months, I'm sitting at this comic shop with Matt Dillahunty and Eric Murphy, and they were playing some game, and I'm sitting between the two of them. And my phone goes off, and it's, you have a friend request from David Silverman.
Delete.
I sat there, I dropped the phone on the table, and I just went. Apparently, he found out I was in Austin and wanted to befriend me again. Oh, wow. And I was like, in what fucked up universe do you ever fucking think I want to talk to you again, you piece of shit? Well, you know, if you read my website, I was like, David, looking at this message is making me feel like I'm covered in patchouli oil and chest hair.
Now, if you're going to personally attack me, I'm going to. You spoke around me, but this is a direct attack at me. I'll
just at you next time.
I let Jelly go.
Right. I will just at you next time. But yeah, that's the interesting David Silverman story. That's wrapping up. So be prepared to hear a lot of things about Silverman come down the pipeline in the next month or two. Now,
I imagine.
Okay, because he just got
a lawsuit. So
he dropped the lawsuit.
He dropped it for his own sanity, well-being, and financial burden.
I'm sure that's why.
That means it's game on, isn't it?
Well, he just got busted touching another woman.
Yeah. No, I heard about that. That's the reason why he's lost his job now. He just made a post, by the way, on the internet. People
were expecting he was going to change. Like, what?
I was just shocked at how fast it had happened.
Again. Well, that's what. Like when I was talking to Masha about it, like, how could you be with that shit? Because he's not going to fucking change, and sure as shit.
Something. Here's the post he just made.
They're trying to get me to have him on my show. I'm like, no.
I'm blocked again, so I can't see him on Twitter. I'm blocked again.
He said, "My last day as an atheist activist is bittersweet. Remembering good people, good victories, good rallies. Looking forward to a future fighting for reason and humanism and enlightenment values."
Yeah, sure.
So I think it's like AAI has officially dropped him now.
Yeah, but the new company that he's a part of, apparently the founder was the founder of Adult Friend Finder too, the benefactor.
Oh wow.
Oh
wow.
And they're all about you know how modern feminism attacks men and it's bullshit, and you know now he's against social justice warriors and against modern feminism, and I'm like, you're against modern feminism because nobody will fuck you anymore, David. That's why.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
That's
he's started is now it's a Conru Foundation.
The Conru Foundation. Yep.
Yeah, I just saw that post. It was made on the 27th.
The benefactor is the founder of Adult Friend Finder.
Well then,
I'm like, wow,
it's interesting. Like the
not to say that there's, and I've been on Adult Friend Finder
because with AAI, we found out the guy that's holding that convention up in Britain, John Richards, that had that disaster of an interview. His buddy Lance had a disaster of an interview with David Worley, and then
Lance's video
Richards.
Oh my god!
Holy shit! And then John Richards decided to try and defend himself and all this shit, and he had an interview with Shannon Q that was probably the cringiest interview that
I didn't
among
see
the cringiest interviews I've ever seen.
Good fucking God.
Really? I've got to see this now.
It's
Shannon is like, take no shit.
I will DM you things. Let's Twitter.
Please, yeah.
So yeah, but there's
We'll talk, Vikram.
Yep. There is some like the Shannon Q interview with John Richards. If you haven't seen it, go see it.
Oh my goodness.
Shannon Q is very polite in that. And spoilers at the end, John Richards is after a disaster of an interview, right? After he'd already made like a few cringy statements, he asks if she will be in the kitchen.
Yeah, I was
on Christmas.
My jaw went.
He at first asked where she was going to be for Christmas, then asked if she was going to be in the kitchen.
Yeah, and then you wanted to come over.
This is within the subject matter. It's right. So this is wrapping up, right? Wrapping up. So he asked if she's going to be in the kitchen, and Shannon Q talks about, I'm going to be cooking for my children. Right. So then he says that he was like, why are you asking? And he says, well, I was going to invite myself over for dinner. Was dinner. Invite myself to your table.
Yeah, not.
And she was like, I don't even know.
No, like, okay, my
how to respond to that.
Autism, who is not. We're still working on social cues with him. Even he knows not to do this shit.
Right.
You don't do.
So, yeah. But that was how that interview went. And that's one of the nuggets that's in there. There's several. It's a very interesting video. It's a very interesting interview. And Shannon just kind of like, Aaron dropped out of it like that. But there's some people who haven't dropped out of it. Cosmic Skeptic among them. He hasn't dropped out.
Yeah, what's going? And that surprised me because
that's
Cosmic Skeptic seems like a pretty cool dude and pretty reasonable dude.
He is.
And I was like, what?
Beats me at Mario Kart though.
I'll line you up. I'll line you up. My 8-year-old will kick both your fucking asses in Mario.
He hasn't. Cosmic Skeptic, as far as I know, hasn't made any statement clarifying, but he hasn't dropped out.
Well,
but it's
Mario Kart.
Yeah,
my 8-year-old is amazing at Mario Kart. So backstory to this: Switch and Wii.
I'm 64.
Amazing. Oh, give him a fucking wheel. He's got it. So about a week before this, I
wake up the child now.
No. No, if we do this on a Friday or Saturday night, absolutely, because he'll be up late. But I hear Matt Dillahunty's voice coming from upstairs in my house one night. So I'm thinking, oh shit, did he get a hold of my phone? He's talking to him. And I come upstairs, my kid had to be about 5 or 6, and he's watching Atheist Experience on YouTube. So I just very slowly, kind of backed away, and I'm like, if this is
that's my boy.
Yeah, if this is, if this is kind of where you're leaning towards, I'm, gonna let you take your path. And about a week later, he's playing Mario Kart and he hits somebody. And I hear, no, you're done. And I was like, now you're fucking living with him. Take you and your fucking cats and fucking go. I'm not living with this shit every day. No. And now every time somebody pisses him off, it's not you're done, it's I'm done. No, I'm done. And then he corrected me on me being wrong about the fucking moon on Talking Dead.
I'm listening to you guys go on. I'm like, guys.
I feel so bad because I was the one that started that so confidently. I was like, no. And then you could tell Eric kind of like bolstered the confidence on that. And everyone's like, no, Eric, you're wrong. And I'm like,
it's like that airplane moment where everyone's face palming.
Right, but Matt's like this. And Murphy's just going and going and going. And you can see me trying to tap on the table as he's going. And I'm like,
dude.
Like, I wanted to punch him in the side of the head just to like stun him out and get him to stop talking and be like, shh, no, read it. And he's like,
cut the mic.
I was getting ready to mute him. I was getting ready to be like, but he's just going and going. And I'm like,
Math Pig, he's going, I hear Mario. Yeah, it's my phone. Every time I get a notification, other than Facebook, it does the Mario coin. So
I I need that file. My
It's
kid
awesome.
would love that. My kid would love that.
Gets me in trouble at work though. You guys are not supposed to have your phones on the floor when we're at work and we're in the meeting, and all of a sudden my phone goes bing.
That's why I work at home. That's why I work from home.
I have my Game Boy in my pocket, not my phone.
It's my Game Boy. I work from home, so half the time I don't have pants on, and I have like some other shit running in the background at that point. And I'm like, "Hi, would you like to buy education materials from some heathenist, vulgar bitch who has no pants on right now?"
Hi, would you like to buy my product? Also, not wearing pants. Don't know if that's way too.
Well, I sell state assessment test preparation tools to school districts, primarily in Georgia. I can't tell you. Right? He's like, oh, of course. That's why I said I know so much about it at this point. But I can't tell you how many times a day I hear "bless you," God bless. Bless your day.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if you only knew that I wasn't wearing pants right now, you probably wouldn't say that. And I'm calling these sweet little old ladies.
God bless your pants.
Yeah. God bless. We're gonna pray for your pants right now. Like, and then I had one that she was
Lord,
like,
may Jen's pants get some use.
I'm surprised I have them on now, to tell you the truth. But
Oh, you're wearing pants?
Yeah.
It's okay, so am I.
She's gonna get a phone call. And some guy's like, "Yeah, I know you're also working from home. I have these pants I'd love to sell you. They're
oh my God, no! Then it's gonna be fucking LuLaRoe. Watch, it's gonna be that
God.
fucking MLM LuLaRoe. Fucking every army wife in this fucking town wears these fucking things.
Lululemons.
It's whatever the fuck it's called. Lulu my fucking ass. I don't fucking know what they're called. But there's this competition. There's this
the New York just
competition
beamed out of you in that moment.
I know.
It's like I could see the Empire State Building.
Just come out of my brain, right?
I had visions.
My head just went straight to Ted 2. When you went into that accent, my head just went straight to that chick from Ted 2.
So
I
had
it's this competition that they want to wear the biggest and loudest fucking leggings, and I'm like, why the fuck did you pay $75 for leggings I can fucking see through? Why is this so fucking important?
I'm okay with leggings.
So I would make a movie reference as well that Neil might get. I'm seeing visions of my cousin Vinny right now.
Do you know how many times I get that? How many fucking times I've gotten that specific fucking
she bad. Hey, she bad Marissa Tomei,
she was bad as fuck in that movie though.
Meanwhile, you're
beautiful. Dude.
I think
biological clock.
I think that was the movie I started questioning my sexuality. Was Marissa Tomei and my
Oh yeah, I don't blame you.
Are you an automotive expert?
I was like,
she knows about cars. I gotta go to the bathroom.
I was like, well, why? Well, I also grew up with a mechanic father too, so it was this whole thing.
My dad's a mechanic.
Like,
you did say you were divorced, right?
Oh my God! I watched that scene last night, like the when she like locks it up. Does the defendant's case hold water?
The defendant's case does not hold water, and then she's going positronic and neutronic, and I'm like,
are you sure?
No, mind you, I grew up Catholic.
The defense is wrong.
I grew up Catholic, so being bisexual, being pansexual was not tolerated, and I remember sitting there watching this movie, going, why is this turning on my daddy issues in such odd ways right now? Like, what the fuck? I was like, I had a whole sexual awakening in Marissa Tomei and figured out my daddy issues from my cousin Vinny.
So I lived in New York. Well, I lived in Long Island, which is like the Jersey of boroughs. And
no, Staten Island is the Jersey of boroughs. Long Island is like.
There was a lot of Confederate flags out there too.
What part of Long Island were you in?
Newport, Bellport Village. So I was like,
no, I
was technically in Nassau County.
No, Bellport, Suffolk.
Suffolk. There you go. That thing.
Bellport's way the fuck out, and the further out you go, the more racist they get.
It was different, and I was staying with like a big Italian family. So exactly how you're talking, like the Marissa Tomei, like that's what I would like go over to have dinner with them every Sunday, to go see Pop, and I would be over there, and I'm just cracking up, like, what's this fucking guy laughing? He's fucking laughing every time.
With this guy, and everything's this guy.
Comes over here every fucking time he comes over here and he's fucking laughing at us. What is so funny? I'm like, you guys do not know how you sound to me. Like,
the best way I can describe my family is my big fat Greek wedding with New York Italian accents. That's what, like, we actually had the vegetarian conversation one year. My cousin was dating this vegetarian. What do you mean he don't eat no meat? He don't eat no meat. All right. I'll get him salami. And I'm like, bitch, no meat. And they couldn't fathom that somebody only eats vegetables because they've never fucking touched a vegetable in the last 45 fucking years. In these.
Oh, you don't need meat. What do you want, like fucking lamb or something? We ain't got fucking lamb, just lamb.
No, you know what? They gave him bread. They gave him bread with butter on it. And I'm like,
yeah, had that.
And then I had to sit down with my family and explain how vegetarians can't eat butter because they didn't realize that it was.
I think it's a vegan thing, though, isn't it?
Whatever the fuck it was, he didn't fucking eat the butter.
He didn't eat the butter. Okay.
And they're like, well, what do you mean? It's dairy.
Yeah, it's an animal. Right. Yeah, good luck, though. Explain that.
Fucking work is fucking messaging me at home.
Why at this?
Tell them you're busy.
Well, we have.
How dare they do that?
They're the evening shift, right? They go till 9:30,
right?
And they're loading the antifreeze truck. That's what I do. Is I recycle antifreeze, and then I work in a lab and I test it all and stuff like that. So they want to know why the machines weren't working. I'm like, they were fucking working when I left. So
you broke them, bitch. Shit, this ain't my no.
Yeah. So they had the electrician come in. He fixed everything, but they couldn't find any totes of this stuff that I make to fill the truck with. So I said, it's there, you blind motherfuckers. I made 2 of them today. It's there.
Nah.
At this hour, though, I'd be like, bitch, are you paying me to answer you? Then I'm fucking not. I'm not fucking doing it. And that's
I told her I was streaming.
That's New York attitude. Are you paying me to talk to you right now? Then I'm fucking not. No.
Figure
Is this
it
overtime?
out.
Like this should be time and a half for answering this text message, right?
Time and a half. Don't go easy on them.
And I get paid hourly, bitch. So
I often get calls from because I'm in a management position at my store, and I often get calls from people saying, "Well, I just wanted to know if I was like, okay, so what would you guys do if I wasn't here?" We would just, try to figure something out.
Hang ourselves from the ceiling.
I was like, we just try to like figure something out. I'm like, oh, okay. So what do you think I'm going to tell you to do?
At least you know your job is safe that way, though.
There you go.
You know your job is safe that way.
I would love for my job to not be a thing. Then I would take all of the steps necessary to like make my channel everything I want it to be and get off my ass and fulfill all of my dreams and goals as opposed to suffering in retail. So I would love for them to say your job's not necessary.
I did retail. Oh my God. I did retail most of my teens and my 20s, like 34th Street, Macy's, New York City stores. Retail. I did Macy's on 34th Street in New York City retail during Thanksgiving. That was the last fucking retail job I ever had. I was like, no, I'm gonna burn this.
I could see just like never doing retail again after that. Like,
blowing up the floats. See, that's fucking awesome though. Like doing the floats was fun. Dealing with these fucking bitches from wherever holy shit, Karens are the fucking same no matter what fucking continent they come from.
My mom's name is Karen. But
European Karens.
Caron.
European Karens. It doesn't fucking matter what continent you're on. Every fucking Karen is the fucking same. They all have the short fucking haircut. Have for fucking 30 years. 30 fucking years. They always had this haircut. What do you mean? And they all get this face.
Mom, change your hair.
Wait,
are you the manager? Is there a manager above?
Oh, I used to love that.
I need another manager.
I need to speak to your manager. I used to go I used to be like, oh, let me go get them and then walk back out. How you doing?
I'm the manager.
I'm the manager.
What you were just back there. What do you mean you don't have any more of them? This is Macy's after all.
Yeah.
Bitch, do I look like the fucking Plaza Hotel? No. This is 70% off motherfucking sale. Go dig through that messy ass motherfucking rack. Get what the fuck you gotta get. Get the fuck out of my store. I'm done. I can't.
You know what? The CEO's in the back. I'll be right back. Let me go grab him.
Well, we actually did have.
Then I go in there, then I play on my phone, check out Neil's stream. After about 5 minutes, I fucking pop back out. I'm like, you know what?
That's what he's doing right now.
He's in a meeting. He's in a meeting.
I thought he was in there. Wasn't in there. You know what? I know another room I can check. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Just wait your time.
Sorry, guys, I'm back.
Like I'm just.
Have you ever checked out "R I Don't Work Here, Lady"?
What? Is that a person?
Yeah,
This is a subreddit.
There's a subreddit. "R I Don't Work
subreddit.
Here, Lady," and it's recently become my favorite subreddit.
That
It's-
and
I
shit
love
mom
watching
group.
those. I love watching those.
I don't work here, lady. Shit mom group say.
Or
Bride
our,
shaming.
entitled parents
Entitled, yeah, for real. Those are
Entitled parents.
or
Bride
and malicious
shaming,
compliance. Those are like
Malicious compliance is getting
Guys, have
wordy for
this-
me lately.
It's a
I
great
see
book.
malicious compliance. If it's a long post, I know I'm in for a ride. It's like that's that's my favorite thing. When it's like when I see like this giant fucking wall text, I'm like,
Let me get. You're like. Let me get
here it goes.
You're pausing the TV and shit like
It's just like no, I gotta read this Reddit post right now.
that. And
Because-
just no mother-in-law. It's these stories of these utterly psychotic fucking mother-in-laws, and it's the. You want to talk about being in for a ride? Holy shit!
And
Holy
raised by
shit.
narcissists as well. That's
Raised narcissist is slightly triggering for me. I read that and I'm like, I have to call my therapist.
Well, especially when you start like being like, oh wait, that reminds me of shit.
Like when you start nodding and being like,
Like, mhm,
and
yeah.
then and you're like, oh, what a great childhood memory, and then it's like,
You ever,
Oh,
you ever accidentally start relating to a show, then you realize it's about something not so great?
it's about something traumatic all the fucking
like-
time.
You're like, yo, this
Oh.
You're like, oh, I fucking get that 100%. Oh, that's because that guy was a serial. Oh, shit.
Oh, shit. Well, no, I used to get that with like a lot of the old time Italian gangster movies. Where it's like, these fathers would be like in their underwear and drunk and like throwing shit at the kids, and it's like funny as fuck. And then I got older and I was like,
That shouldn't be funny.
oh wait, they're trying to depict how fucked up these fathers were, and we're sitting here laughing like, yeah, remember when Grandpa used to do that shit? Remember when Uncle Tony used to do that shit? Ha ha ha! And I'm like,
Uncle
Too real.
Tony.
I
Too
need
fucking
to
real.
book an appointment as soon as possible.
Are you at home right now? I'm sorry, but we need to talk.
I will pay you triple if you will see me in your living room right now.
You got a Skype? What's your Skype name? We can do.
Let's do a video conference, please, please.
I need this now.
Or like oh my god, I used to love Sex in the City. I used to love Sex in the City growing up. It was like we lived in New York, and we all wanted to be sexually liberated like a man, like Samantha, and they were all independent. And I watch it now and I'm like, this is some of the most fucked up gender role racist ass shit I've ever fucking watched in my life. I'm like, why did we worship this shit? Why? We wanted to emulate that.
I don't know why y'all like Friends so much, but I'm gonna leave it alone.
I was
I
gonna
don't-
say
I don't
something about
understand
Friends, and then I just kind of walked away from it. I was just like,
That is some white people shit. I can't. That's white people shit. That's WYPPO shit that I can't get on.
white people.
That's white people shit. I can't get on that.
White people.
That's that mayonnaise and
misspelled it.
panko. That's that mayo and panko breading white people shit.
Hey, Joe,
I can't do.
Like this, like you're looking at like Friends, and it's like this show doesn't have any spice. Like there's nothing. There's no
I'm
pepper in
like,
this.
Jared, I
this
love
shit is salt on chicken, is what fucking Friends is.
Oh,
Friends
what?
is salt on chicken.
Stop.
Friends is salt seasoning on chicken. That's
no
it.
adobo, no nothing.
No.
No. I was
You know
a
I
chef.
can't find that shit
No,
down
but
here. I can't
fuck,
find
no.
a fucking thing of adobo down here to save my fucking life
I
anymore.
don't know what that is.
Oh, Tony, see,
Oh, man.
See, yep.
stuff you're cooking. That's what they get you. They don't even tell you about adobo.
What have they done to you, poor fucking souls, that you don't know what the fuck adobo is? Holy shit!
Adobo is chicken crack.
Yes, no, adobo is seasoning crack. You could put that shit on
Yeah.
anything. You could put that shit in anything, and it
All right,
makes
get it on
everything.
Amazon.
It's like Montreal steak spice.
Because I have a spice that's called Yankee Blaster.
Get the one
That
with the
is
blue
where I
top,
can tell
not the
who
red
lives
top.
above the Mason-Dixon line. It only works on white people, but like it's
I'm listening.
no, it's got this wonderful mixture in it, and I'll make like a soup with it, and just put a little bit of Yankee Blaster in it, And I prepared it, had it, and I had like a bunch of people over, and like, 3 people were like, "Whoa, this is spicy." I'm like, "Where are you from?"
Where are you from?
One is West Virginia, Pennsylvania, New York. That's what it was.
Yeah, if you're gonna buy adobo, get the one with the blue top, not the red top. Get the blue top one. Blue top one.
You know what? Pulling up.
And here's the funny shit. I know everybody's gonna be in the comments making jokes. I don't eat chicken.
Yeah.
No.
That's like the only fucking thing my kid will eat lately is chicken.
Adobo seasoning pops up. All right, you said which top am I getting?
Blue top, not red. Get the blue top.
Get the blue top.
Yep.
Blue joint.
Found it.
Yep.
Adobo seasoning.
I'm gonna have this motherfucker having some.
This is without. It says without pepper.
The red one.
The blue one says without pepper.
Yeah, trust me. Trust me, pepper's weird.
You don't want them like watering down your adobo seasoning with some pepper. You can add your own pepper, but you need to straight
If
raw.
you bite my foot, you little fuck, I swear to God.
I'm nowhere near you. Oh,
no,
sorry.
the cat. Sorry.
I nearly apologized. Like I was like, wait, hold on. I fucked up.
That's a New York term. If you bite my foot, that's if you disrespect me. That's what they mean when you say these things. You got to know the lingo.
No, the cat was sitting there like sniffing my toes, and I'm like,
no. Me and Dexter, my girl's cat, we have an understanding. Don't fuck with me.
Yeah, he understands you're the master and you can kick his ass, right?
All right, I just ordered some adobo.
You can get a bath at any moment. Keep fucking with me. You can get.
I'm gonna the first chicken that I put on my new grill will have some adobo on it.
Where's my invite?
Come on over, Neil. Dude, I
up some olive oil and then adobo the shit out of it.
Yep.
Get crazy with it, and your shit is gonna be so fucking good. You will never go back to not. It's crack. You can't quit crack.
Crack. So I've got a backyard.
You want to see my what?
That I've moved. I used to live in like an apartment, and now that I've moved and I've got a backyard, I'm putting a grill out it, and I'm not married and I don't have children, but I'm gonna be like a dad in the backyard with my grill and be like, "Yep, this is my thing."
You're like Hank fucking Hill.
See, I'm thinking like the jorts, like the long fucking shorts that like the dads wear with the Balance sneakers.
I don't wear pants shorter than full length jeans.
You
like
bring up fucking Hank Hill. I'm like,
either shorts are ridiculous.
Propane and propane accessories.
Propane accessories. God damn it, Bobby.
I either have full length pants on or shorts so short that it's questionable.
Did you say pantaloons?
Yes, pantaloons.
No, she said pants so long.
Oh, okay. People still wear pantaloons.
Maybe I should start. Maybe I should bring that back.
Oh, let's bring it back. 2020, brand new year.
You need to bring back them leg warmers.
That's the 20s. We're just bringing back flappers.
Hey, I love
it. That's fucking brilliant. It is. We're in the 20s again.
It's the 20s. Like there's a whole fucking stock of classic 20s fashion that we need to pull from for this decade. It's
Seriously.
Starting fucking now. I'm putting on the zoot suit. Like we're doing it. This is going to be a fucking
you're a couple decades before.
That's it. I'm putting on the flapper dresses, and Ocean and I are just going to do shows for the
That's
rest.
it.
That's it until fucking the end of the millennia. Like, this is it. This is what we're doing. Yeah, I could dig
maybe not a Zoots, but I will wear a pink suit like fucking Gatsby. Like that's how I'm gonna rock it.
There you go.
Okay.
That's gonna be.
So moment that you knew you weren't like the other children in your class. Gatsby was huge with me. It was New York. It was, we knew Great Neck, we knew Oyster Bay, where it took place. And all these girls are like, I want to be Daisy and I want a man just like Jay Gatsby. And I'm like, I want to be Myra Wolfsheim. I want to be Myra Wolfsheim. They're like, why? I was like, because he fucking lives and he's still rich, bitch. That's why. Because he lives and he still has his fucking money, all right? They're like, you don't want a man like Gatsby? Who the fuck? Bitch, that's called stalking. That's
right.
And these are the same women
like he throws shirts at her and gets existential. That's essentially.
No, I'm sorry. If my ex fucking boyfriend decided to buy a house across the bay for me to watch my fucking doc, I'm shooting
with
him.
a mysterious green light.
I'm shooting him. I'm just
like
getting
a true New Yorker.
I'm getting the long range fucking rifle and I'm just fucking clipping his ass. And these were the same. It's oddly enough, the girls that were so in love with Gatsby are the ones that were like, I love 50 Shades of Grey. And I'm like, no. I'm like, I'm sure you do, sweetheart.
Oh my fucking God.
Yeah, you enjoy that.
I'm like, again, if he was overweight and 40, it would be 50 Shades of Orange and it would have ended in the second chapter.
And then he was elected president.
Again, 50 Shades of Orange, though. And 50 Shades of Orange still applies for that, though. It still applies. And yes, I'm not allowed to talk about our president on GB3 because we are a 501c3 and anything negative may be seen as an endorsement for an election. Please don't fucking vote for him. Please.
Yeah, you're not on the show right now, so you're free to say what you wish.
Please don't vote for him. If anyone in the chat is please don't do that. Please. Watch my show.
He's done so much for this country. If the liberals would just stay out of the way.
I love it. So there is a whole subgroup of people that they're like, you know what? Listen here, you know what? I disagree with everything that Trump does, but I vote for him to own the libs.
I got to pwn the libtards.
Thank you, Math Pig. No, what gets me is
totally agree with you.
With West Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
These fucking people voted for Trump. You know he hates poor white people just as much as anyone else, right?
Like, I mean, Canada.
Well,
he'll compliment them and talk about it, but
what he did,
like, he's not going to do anything for you.
He loves them. What he did was when he was building Trump Tower, he was bringing over these illegal Polish immigrants, taking their, he would let their visas run out, take shit, and then threaten to call INS if they reported him for unsafe working conditions.
Randolph, you're in the same time zone as me, and it's not even 9:00 in the evening yet. Stop it.
Well, it's midnight where
no one said that,
on the verge of falling asleep.
And then we had
bail, dude. Fuck. I'm gonna bring this to an end pretty quick soon.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I gotta take off too. I'm releasing a new video, Neil.
I know.
Right now.
Your fucking intro is the best thing ever.
You guys are all like, I'm doing videos and I'm super professional, and I'm like, I'm getting ready to stream on Twitch.
What you
I've got a Twitch as well, but I don't use it. I need to start that though. It's on the docket of consistently streaming.
I'm beating my brains in with Streamlabs trying to figure out overlays, and you guys are like, I'm putting out like you guys are like fucking Jimmy. I have my own fucking studio and I put out fucking professional grade shit.
That's what this office is going to be. It's like so part of moving is that I'm turning this room into my set. That I'm going to actually have my face on camera at some point.
Won't act right. I got problems.
But the new video doesn't have my face in it, but it's a people.
Your videos are awesome, dude.
The most common message that I get is, where do I get started with paganism and all that stuff? So I'm doing a video on that. It's just like the challenge of that question in the first place, because every time I get asked that question, I'm like, I don't know what to say. So
I always forget Ocean's not an atheist. I always forget that you're not an atheist. I always forget that. I can't. I'm like, fuck. No,
I get, I understand it. I got friends that are atheists, but I'm not one of you.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah.
One of the things, Ocean, I used to be pagan, like Ocean, so we hit it off.
I think that's part of the atheist kind of journey, is kind of dabbles in
Aaron Raw is another example, right?
Right.
When I had him on my show, we were comparing our similar pathways out of it.
I dabbled in atheism for a bit until I discovered how sinful it was.
That's the best part of it.
And then it was like, but look, here's the thing. I discovered that atheism was super sinful and it wasn't enough for me, so I became pagan.
Look, all I'm saying is that I used to have super small B's, maybe A's, and then I became an atheist and have D's.
Excuses.
This atheism works, people. Okay, I'm living proof that atheism works. Okay.
I almost said something that got me into a lot of trouble. Never mind.
I promise we will not call BuzzFeed. We will not call BuzzFeed for this. I promise.
Oh no, I was going to make a comment about somebody, and that person would cut my throat while I slept in the other room. But I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go there.
So Neil, you said you used to be pagan. You're talking about, yeah.
Yeah, no, Randolph and I are doing our own call-in show, very much like Talk Heathen, right? And I think you should call in one day.
Me call in? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll call in and chill. Just hang out with you guys.
Cool.
But you're not like crazy pagan. You have to believe in something, and
there are like no fucking pagans like that.
I know
all right. So what I've found among like there are pagans that are like that. Okay. So pagans aren't supposed to be like that. There's no fucking reason for us to be. But you do get some pagans that just like they carry a little bit of their Christianity over with them into paganism, and that's where you get a lot of the weird shit.
Yeah,
is they're not like changing religions; they're just putting a different wallpaper on their Christianity.
They're creating another dependency, is what I call it.
Yeah, kind of. I've seen that too. And you know, I did a video on that called Latent Christianity. There's elements of Christianity that wind up being brought over into paganism, and then sometimes also into atheists with how they do politics. As they bring in that fundamentalism, and even though, go ahead.
No, that's something I've argued with atheism, is that leaders in the atheist community have to be very mindful that we are getting people from very fundamentalist and that were very fundamentalist views, and that we're extremely dependent on their religion. So for them to hop from one god to another with prominent members of the atheist community is something that we need to be mindful of, and not prop up these people that are going to sit and preach like preachers and then magnify into this I want everyone to love me
cult of personality kind of shit. Where
we really need to keep a check and balance in this, because when all of the Me Too scandals started hitting in the atheist community, I started seeing this. It's like God themselves sexually assaulted people, and I'm like, well, why are we allowing members of our community to worship people like this in our community? Why are we not keeping a handle on this?
I had a conversation with Eric Murphy that was along these lines, where I pointed out to him essentially that for all, like, not to make the atheism as a religion comparison, but that in the structure, that the role that Eric is performing is that of clergy, that it is a caretaker of a population, and from the caretaker perspective and from a leader perspective, it has a lot of the same functions, and that comes with a certain set of responsibilities that Christians often ignore, and we get frustrated when Christians ignore them. So don't ignore them.
Not only do they ignore them,
if
but
you're
they
going to be
exploit them as well.
Right. And I think that David Silverman is a good example of exploiting that as an atheist and taking that cult of personality and abusing it. Don't do that.
What I love in working with the ACA is none of us will sit in a room and not talk to anybody. Oh, okay, hold on.
PBA. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Okay.
You come up to the building, we don't wander off into another room and not talk to people. The first thing we do is we come out of the studio, we greet our fans, we sit down, we hear their stories, we want to know about them.
Right.
I'm very easy to reach on Facebook. A lot of us are really easy to reach out to, because I didn't want to grow this kind of monolithic, I'm available, but I'm not kind of tantalizing thing that like David Silverman would do. So that it created this cult of personality. That's something that I'm extremely against, and I'm extremely like mindful of it constantly when I'm dealing with fans of the shows. Because it's been happening. It happened with Richard Carrier. It happened with old guy.
Neil the 604 atheist. Ocean.
No. That guy. It's a dick.
The guy with the hand on the knee. I can't think of his fucking name now. Kraus.
Kraus.
It happened with Silverman.
Yeah.
Who's speaking? Carlos, who's speaking at that event in Britain.
Yep.
I met him once, and he was the creepiest motherfucker. I was like,
"You're not the first person to tell me."
It was almost like Tales of the Crypt.
I think that every single woman who's met him that I've talked to has said that about him. Every single woman.
Fame can fuck you up.
It can. I mean, I've been dealing in entertainment. I was in the music industry before this.
Yeah, Jen, we're gonna have to talk.
Oh yeah, like
I should give you a link to my shit, Jen.
Yes, give me a link to your shit. I've been in music since I was 14, 15. I'm almost 38 now.
I want the link to your poop blog. Where's that?
Pornhub.
RateMyPoop.com?
The poop blog is on Pornhub.
I think we should all start a Pornhub page.
Demonetized.
Yeah.
I have posed the idea to several prominent YouTubers that we should just put our regular fucking shows that we always do
On Pornhub.
But co-stream, like restream it onto Pornhub and just see what happens.
Fuck yes, I am fucking completely down for this shit.
I got told that I would be single if I did such thing. I was like, but I won't be doing anything different. She's like, don't.
And this is why I'm
no. All right.
Right.
The right women will respond well to I stream on Pornhub. Like if you're, it's
like as soon as I said anything about streaming on Pornhub, she was like, oh, okay, that'll be great. You'll be single, but that'll be great.
And this is why not only am I single, but I'm poly because that's if I want to say I'm gonna be on fucking Pornhub, that's just shit you got to deal with, bitch. I'm gonna be on Pornhub.
I ain't gonna be poly. I'm gonna be lonely. My girl is leaving. She's not playing that shit. She's like, oh, that's interesting.
You need to. Oh well. All
As a bachelor, that'll be really good for you.
I mean, if you're on Pornhub, you might not.
But I don't want nobody else. I want her. I just want her to understand that I was literally an experiment. It was like,
kind of wish I had somebody I could say that about, but you know.
I'm annoyed with people in relationships. I'm just annoyed. I'm like,
I never said she wasn't annoying, but she's the best thing.
You know this is live, right?
She's asleep. We good.
I'm annoyed with the concept at this point. I'm like,
unfortunately, she saw Neil's face, and I try to like for my YouTube friends, I try to keep her in line with like,
you're like
who?
Of course, I believe in Summerland. That's where I'm from. Summerland, British Columbia.
But Neil, she has recognized you, and then she saw me.
She recognized me?
Yeah, she knows Neil.
Oh, she saw me stalking her, I guess.
Yeah, she caught you. So she saw me watching the stream. She'll probably assume that I joined the stream, so she may watch this later. Hey, baby. It's fine. It's fine. She does it on purpose.
Jokes, baby. It's just jokes.
She does it on purpose, though. And Jen, you know y'all do that shit on purpose sometimes.
I don't do shit on purpose. I don't do fucking shit. Nope. You gonna do what the fuck you gonna do. Either you gonna do it with me or you're gonna do it without me. You wanna do it without me? Bye.
You don't be doing shit. You don't be doing shit just to be funny.
What kind of shit? I don't do sneaky shit.
Now I gotta get specific.
No, my shit.
Now we gotta clarify. It's like, wait a minute.
My shit to be funny would be like, I know you're a YouTuber, and I'm gonna super glue pasties to your nipples as you sleep the night before.
Sweet.
That's my idea of funny.
That's not annoying.
No, it's fucking hilarious.
You got to duct tape like a little flag to guy's unit, right? And every time he has an erection in the middle of the night, the flag goes up. Assuming he can still get them, right?
I'm annoyed with the concept of relationships right now.
Me too, which is why I'm single.
Yeah, I'm like, I work 50 hours a week. I'm doing the shows. I got a kid.
Yeah.
Why do you want to touch me? Don't stop touching me. Don't touch me. Why do I have to tell you about my fucking day? I don't give a shit about your day right now. I have so much shit in my own fucking day. Now I got to sit here and fucking talk to you over dinner. I love my kid. I don't even want to talk to him some fucking days. I'm like, hey, what'd you do in school? All right, yeah, go play your fucking
go play Transformers.
Oh yeah, go play fucking Mario Kart.
Hey, I heard Michelangelo's been talking to Leonardo. You need Ninja Turtles. Go over there.
You have a bedroom. You have a bedroom. Please go. I can't. The thought of having to put time into someone else like that right now irritates me.
But it's not so much put time into somebody else. It's just, when I have that free time, it's nice to be.
I will say this:
to shoot the shit with somebody.
The right person can snap you right out of that.
Oh God, what the fuck? Yes, and I'm sure the right person can get me in the fucking kitchen. Well, not anymore because I've had a hysterectomy, so I can't be on my back and cook sauce because I can't create eating. That was my worth. That was my worth as a woman growing up. Was I was to either be on my back or be in the kitchen.
Really?
Yeah, I was either on my back fucking my husband, getting pregnant, to cook, to be back on my back giving birth, and just create more of these fucking eating, breeding fucking Catholics over and over again. So I've had my aunts tell me that. Oh, Kitty. they're like, have you found anyone yet? Your son really needs a father. And I'm like, no. What the fuck?
I feel like they soured you on relationships with like the bullshit you're trying to push.
The right man can snap you out of that. I was like, bitch, I eat pussy too. How do you know it's not fucking women? How do you know?
That's why I said person.
Yeah, how do you know? How do you know?
Dexter.
Daddy might be mommy. You don't fucking know, okay? Daddy might be non-binary and it's them. You don't fucking know.
Mm-hmm.
We forgot you were into that.
Forgot you were into that.
I just reminded you.
Oh, if I ever went back home, I'd definitely find a girlfriend just to be like, hi.
Find a real big one.
No, I'd be like, hi, how are you doing today? Are things well?
Why are you saying it like that? I missed something.
Wait.
Think about eating and your breath with women. We'll get him there. We're not looking, but I met my fiance. We just clicked. Yeah, and I get that, but I have to be in that mind frame to say I'm ready.
Where the hell did he come from?
What?
Bring him back.
The X300 modulator.
The XP710 incinerator gun.
Chilling there.
I am going to blow up the earth.
It's probably only a phase. Tony, it might be. I'm not that kind of person that's like I have to be in a romantic relationship with somebody. I'm not
probably
that person.
only a phase. What?
Yeah, I'm not that kind of person. Last time I was single for like 4 years. I'm not that kind of person that needs that. I prefer.
Holy shit.
Tony's dropping troll bombs. He said he believed in reincarnation. He doesn't believe in reincarnation, but he did in a past life.
Yo,
shit. It's been 11 years since I've been in a relationship. Holy shit.
Playa.
Like, I'm okay with that.
Wow.
It ain't easy, but somebody got to do it. So the more I watch animal like videos, because that's something me and my girl like to watch, is like cats being dickheads.
Oh, I love the cat videos.
I kind of think that that's a person in there, like as a cat, like because I'll see like one cat walking on the ledge, and then there's like a cat just like sleeping, and then it'll wake up and be like, "Hey, yo, fuck this cat," and then just push the cat off. And I'm like, that's something I would do.
I have 5 cats. Trust they're cats. They're fucking cats. I mean,
I don't know, man. I'm thinking there might be like some sort of like quantum jump of people into pets because my dog.
That's what cats do.
That's what I'm saying. But why do they do that?
Because they're assholes. That's why.
That's where the assholes go when they die.
No, because
fuck this in particular.
They know that if they were as big as some of their feline cousins, they could kill us. But instead, they're this fucking big, and we keep picking them up and hugging them. They're mad. I get it. You're supposed to be the big king of the jungle, and I keep fucking throwing treats in front of you and petting you like.
The reason why I keep picking this one up is that he tells me, comes up to me, and just starts meowing and won't stop until I pick him up and do this. So like he's purring like a little machine.
The one that's back there, Gizmo. Gizmo's 18 now. She's deaf and she's got arthritis in her back legs. But before the arthritis kicked in, she would paw on my thigh, and if you leaned over, she would wrap herself around your shoulders and just walk around.
There's this guy will ride on my shoulder. I was walking around the house.
He's got great pictures of him doing that.
Yeah.
Fucking chilling there, like okay.
Like he's just chilling. This is a spot right now. Like he likes being at the same level as your face. If you're on the floor or he's up here, he's great. It's fine.
And this is how I knew I wasn't the traditional woman. I had a few years of that with a kid, and I'm like, I don't even want to hold my cats like that anymore. Like, I'm dying. No, I don't want to fucking hold anything. I don't want to fucking cradle. I just get the fuck off me. I'm done. Just
I did my time.
I did my fucking time. And I get a lot of the
had a breath on the back of my neck.
Seriously, and then you're puking and you're fucking, crazy catnip's kid is teething. I'm sorry. That is like the worst fucking thing for anyone to fucking go through is a kid fucking teething.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Catnip.
Oh my God. That I've had the hysterectomy, and then I got, well, you're still young. Aren't you going to regret it? I'm like, fuck no. What? I'm shocked I did it once. Like, I look at my kids sometimes and go, holy shit, I forgot that was there. Like,
oh, see you, BB.
I look at my kid and I forget that I'm like a parent sometimes. I'm like, oh shit, I had one of you. Oh fuck, did you burn something? Are the bones okay? Okay, yeah, we're okay. I'm not that. I
See
need
if I
to
can-
be with someone, lots of kids, settle down shit. I've never been that way. My
Get him to sit on
sister.
my shoulder.
Oh,
Oh,
my roommate needs some
We'll just do that.
help with the groceries.
ooh, late. Oh, it's not even late by you. I keep thinking it's
No,
late.
it's like 9:15 here.
And you need to get up early to do a very early show tomorrow.
Yes, that's okay.
You want to give another shout for that?
Oh, for Chris? Yeah. Shit, my mind just went blank. The Daily Atheist. I'm thinking The Amazing Atheist. No, it's The Daily Atheist. And he does the morning shows. So, and I'll be joining him tomorrow morning about 5 p.m. Pacific, or 5 a.m. Pacific time.
Bless you for that hour. Seriously.
I've been at work, for a little bit by that time. So yeah, and then I'll and of course, so tune in for that if you guys want. Usually, Critical Cripple is there, and a couple
Cripple,
other
that's a
folks.
fantastic name.
Yeah, he's great. Dave is great.
Crit.
Purple,
Anyway,
yes.
Purple's
Purple
awesome too.
Purple rhymes with orange, raised 9 kids. I know why some animals eat their young. I know why all animals would contemplate eating their fucking young. You ever have a fucking 3-year-old?
Oh, I know
No.
vicariously. All my sisters.
If you did adobo and jelly on the child,
I would marinate in jelly and then season with adobo.
Way to do the whole full circle thing here. That was great.
That was perfect.
King of the
So
callback.
people are learning about why atheists get this whole eating babies thing going on.
Yeah.
And Jen's like, can I eat him? I'm hungry and I don't want to be surprised. Can I just throw him in the microwave, please?
You hearing this?
Yo, I'm gonna make a Instagram channel called Instagram Adobo Bay. Like there's Salt Bay, I'm gonna be Adobo Bay.
Yes. No, we're gonna make ocean adobo.
Adobe.
There might be some lawsuits after that, but
Only if you
Right.
make photo editing software out of it.
yeah,
Also, if I make any money.
you can just say it's it's a Canadian thing. It's Adobe.
Adobe. It's
Wow.
I know, reaching.
Wow.
You could sue me.
Did you hurt yourself after that stretch, Neil? Like that was some
It's a little
Anyone?
pain. Yes.
like even he's got a
Right
bad
here.
attitude about it. Look
the
at him.
cat's face though about it right now. Just look at
He's
the
just
cat's
like,
face.
this is some bullshit.
Look at him. He's like,
Like-
did he just fucking say that?
He's just you can't even see him anymore. He's
My
just like,
great
fucking
granddaughter.
hide.
My great granddaughter
fucking-
was Canadian, and that's disrespectful.
That is cultural appropriation. No, we're not gonna go there.
Word.
It is not. I'm Canadian.
How dare you?
All right, I got to call this over. So
It's over.
It was great hanging out with you guys.
Yeah, it was awesome having you in, Jen.
We'll do this again Saturday with
Well,
even
yeah.
more alcohol, which is going to be dangerous.
Oh yeah, tune in Saturday. I've got I should probably remind them, eh?
Yeah, that'd be good to like actually tell your fans who you're having on.
I usually do,
week?
yeah.
Yeah,
Hey, by the way, I'm doing a thing.
David Johnson.
I don't tell my
joined me.
I don't tell my
He's
audience I'm doing anything until the minute of.
Yeah, he's cool.
And I don't say fans because I know I have hate watchers.
Oh yeah, that'd be
I'm
me. I mean,
I only have hate watchers. No one ever talks to me on my stream, but I have like.
you know what cracks me up though?
I come
We
in
all-
and make fun of you.
We all call ourselves heathens, and Ocean is the actual only fucking heathen.
And it's like I'm actually a heathen. You look it up on Wikipedia. they're-
Legitimately a fucking heathen.
Right.
That's right. He's on our side. Sort of.
I'm on somebody's side.
Anyway,
I'll tell you, sometimes you atheist, man.
I know. I even say that to myself sometimes.
Right.
In the mirror, of course, and point. Anyway. So for everyone that's still hung like Math Pig, you hung out with us,
From the
and it's
beginning.
like stupid o'clock in the morning where you are.
Thank you.
That is like amazing. So thank you for that. And nerdy.
Stupid AM.
Stupid AM. Yeah.
BFAM.
And to everyone else that hung out with us, I hope you guys enjoyed it. We had a lot of fun. Eric had a great
I
discussion
enjoy
tonight.
seeing Murphy drunk, and then when
It-
he looked
yeah.
at Thomas and that, I was like, "Oh, he's tossed right now."
I was expecting like a little chibi thing going on right there. It was just
Yeah.
like
A little sparkle in the eye. and
right,
stuff.
like
Exactly.
And I was like, as soon as I was like, "Oh, Murphy's fucking tossed, holy shit!" And then he went, I've been sitting here and I'm melting under this. I'm like, "Cause you're drunk."
Yeah. Exactly.
It's like I'm just making an excuse for the.
I love you, Murphy, because I know you're gonna go back and watch this. I love you.
Yeah, Murphy. Eric's good people, man.
Yeah,
he's gonna watch it again. He's gonna study it. He's gonna go through it and be like, "Fuck, I said that."
One of the closer people to me in my life, and he's probably somebody I've learned probably the most lessons from recently. Has been Murphy.
You know, Jen, you and I kind of grew up in a similar sort of environment because Jews and Italians are very similar. Right?
Yeah.
Like the guests that come and never leave.
That's the intermarriage. Like you don't even fucking realize you married somebody from another ethnic group. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. So we grew up with that. But anyways, guys, we're gonna call it a day. Well, it's an evening now because I just rolled up this fucking sweet doobie that I'm gonna go smoke, and then.
Now fuck off all of
you. Well, I'll see you on Saturday.
I'll see you Saturday.
All right. So I'll send you the first link.
So
I'll send you the first link after my guest.
Yep.
Go play with your kitty, Ocean. You got a kitty. Oh yeah, and you got to do your video.
Yeah, I got to
go over to Ocean's channel and check out his latest upload.
Yes, that'll be out probably like tomorrow or Saturday. I'm not sure, but we'll see.
All right.
Yep.
And check out tomorrow, 1 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Mountain, 4 p.m. Eastern. I'll be chatting with Andrew Seidel. And I'm going to grill him on this whole peeing in Fidel Castro's pool because I really got to know what the fuck is behind that one. But anyways, until then, guys, like I always say at the end of my streams, like the late, great Christopher Hitchens once said, it's called faith because it's not knowledge. And we'll see you guys next time. Oh, thanks, Math.